Super No Maniacs, you pick 'em. Part 2. Let's get it cracking. Yo, No Maniacs, Super No Maniacs. Welcome into the building. This is Nomad at Night. About to have a good time, good time show tonight. We're gonna let the Super No Maniacs as they file in. Don't see very many of them in here. All I see is Minister Charles. Shout out to Minister Charles, who I guess he said he was here at 7:30. I was here at 7:33, didn't see him. But maybe he's going into the wrong studio. I don't know, but we got to get that straight with Minister Charles. I don't know exactly what's going on, but tonight's gonna be a good show, man. It's one of those. We're gonna have some hot topic conversation. I got a little video I want to show you guys about some workouts that Nick Rembert showed me on Twitter. Just some, random hot topics to get things started. But later on, as we get into the flow and as the Super No Maniacs jump into the show, we will select some people to pick, mock draft this thing. And I know off the top, Vic Perez, I did peg him last week while we were doing the show and pegged him to be polls. And we'll fill out the rest of the front office after that. But we're going to get that going in a little bit. But first, we're going to do a little bit of chit-chatting, talking around the bend a little bit and get things warmed up before we get into that, man. So what's up, my bro from Canada?
So you're saying you pegged Vic Perez?
Pause. I didn't even know what that meant to it.
Oh, man, you walk right into that one. That was great. That was good fun. Yo, it's Sunday, y'all. What it do? It's Nomad at Night. This is how we do it. We're going to do the darn thing the way it should be done. We'll let the No Maniacs filter into the chat right now. We really just got the homie Mr. Mayhem jumped in, and the minister, the good minister, Super No Maniac Charles Johnson. Homies are filing in now. That's nasty, he said. I had to do it. It had to be done. Dobbsy 34 is out there with us, man. He's out there. Yo, the homies will show up, man. I'm glad to be here with my homie, Triple R. What it do, my brother? What are you saying?
Shout out to the No Maniacs, Nomad Kids, of course. What up to the dude? No, he's always out there representing.
Yo, shout out to dude, man.
Doing some foul stuff like he be doing. But big up to everybody just hanging out, talking some Bears, talking some NFL draft, and just kicking it. What's up, y'all?
Yeah, man. Good. So I'm going to show you guys that video here in a minute, but you got to get right to the hot topic, man. And I don't know what it is, man, but and I think a lot of the podcasters they know where to go with their conversation as far as their show topics. Reporters, they look at social media and they drive up the content on their channels or whatever they're doing through looking at social media. What are they talking about on social media? I often did that when we first started doing these podcasts. Look and see what people are talking about on social media, make a show, and we talk about that. And the Ashton Genty, I don't know, man. I don't know since Caleb. I don't know. Caleb Williams, I guess you can say that's thicker. It's thicker than that. I think at this point, I'll say Caleb Williams. That conversation was a little bit thicker. But holy crap, man. They don't want to let this Ashton Genty thing go for any reason. And they're stuck on it. It's like I wonder what will happen for a lot of people if we don't draft Ashton Genty at 10, if he's there. I just wonder.
Well, man, all right. So I watched a couple of these draft shows today, and everybody said he's gone. But by the time we get up to number 10, everybody's mocking him to the Raiders. I'm going to say this one more time. The Raiders do not have any wide receivers. So drafting a running back top 10 in the draft is absolutely asinine. I'm going to double down on how crazy it is for you guys, for your organization. You just drafted a guy in the top 3 of the draft at the running back position and let him walk. Clearly, that position is not a position of value to you. I know you got a new setup, new GM, new head coach. But if history serves, that position is not a position of value to you. And your brand new quarterback, all he has is Jacoby Myers left to throw the football to. So I think you should probably be looking at a wide receiver. I can't name any other wide receivers on your team. I've asked Raiders fans if they can. Most of them cannot. So I'm just putting out the obvious thing. Feel free to draft a running back if that's the case. that being said, moving back to the Chicago Bears and the Ashton Jeanty conversation, we have positioned ourselves, as in Ryan Poles, has positioned this organization in a manner under which he can take a luxury pick here with pick number 10, 39, or 41. One of those picks will be a luxury pick. So the question is which one, who, and where. Ashton Jeanty makes a lot of sense because of that luxury case scenario. That's all it is. He's filled the holes. With the holes filled, he can kind of do what he wants to do. Or let me rephrase. He can kind of do whatever Ben Johnson wants to have happen. Ben Johnson just finished drafting himself a running back pretty high in the draft about a year ago by way of Dan Campbell and Jahmyr Gibbs. So the writing is kind of on the wall. If the guy's there, he's there. They may select him. I have no problems with this because he's filled the holes. If those holes were still in existence, I would be screaming, do not look at a running back in the top 10 because that's crazy. But he filled the holes. So I'm okay with it. He's also gonna pause. He's also gonna backfill the other two, as in likely one on the defensive line and one on the offensive line with 39 and 41. This is all within the top 50 picks of this draft. The sweet spot of this draft is actually the second round. So I'm with it. I don't have any problems. I'm not going to lose my mind if he doesn't get Jeanty. I don't really care if he does. But I will like it and I'll support it if he does do the Jeanty move. And that's kind of where I am at this point. I've watched Daniel Jeremiah's mock earlier today. I watched Mel Kiper, Big Mel with the hair. I watched Mel Kiper, saw the whole shebang of what he has going on. And both of these guys have Jeanty going to the Raiders, which I find completely nutbar. So I don't know if that's going to happen. If it does, it won't drive me crazy. What does drive me a little bit crazy after that in both case scenarios is they have Omari and Hampton going super early. So if you miss out on Jeanty, you're also likely to miss out on Hampton too. So I just want to put those things out there for those folks who are really looking at the running back as an early selection in this draft. So putting it out there, I got no problems either way. Personally, I believe that the Bears need to revamp this running back room. So I'm with the Jeanty move. Trips.
Yeah, I don't know how many times you're gonna say filling holes, but I like it.
But there's a lot of holes.
Well, see, that's part of the thing, that there are no obvious starter like holes right now that we need to fill. You could argue Braxton Jones.
I like the way you went around it that way. That was well played. Well played out.
Thank you. You could say we need a safety. So there are bodies in the position, but they can be upgraded. You want to come out of left field, look at how Ben Johnson was good with his offense with a rookie tight end in Laporta after they traded Hockenson. So you could say, hey, you want a curveball or not a variety pick, but what was it? What's the term?
I said luxury pick.
Luxury pick. Thank you. Tyler Warren at tight end. Look at what the kid Bowers did in Las Vegas. He was their offense. And if this tight end could be that, is that attractive to Johnson? Maybe, maybe not. The question becomes, it's not the question of will fans be upset about it. Fans are going to fan and they're going to be upset about whatever. They're going to get their, hard-ons for whatever prospect. And it's like, we got to have this guy. We got to have this guy. We don't take this guy, the draft's a bust. Our general manager's an idiot. And we don't know that Jeanty is the best running back in the class. I mean, that's something that is a projection. Projections can be wrong. There could be Judkins or Henderson or name a running back could turn out to have a better career. So getting enamored and falling in love with just one prospect and having that be, your marker of if this is a good draft or not. If they take your guy, that's just some dumb shit.
Yep.
Let the Ryan Poles, flex his power and compel you and draft the players that he deems are worthy. I got to put that in his hands because guess what? I can get all hyped up and blow blood vessels and turn what gray hair I have, back to black and then back to gray again. And it's like, I don't get to pick. I don't have a say in the matter. So why am I going to get my pressure up, that high? Let what's going to happen go happen and support whoever the fuck it is that Poles picks at 10 or trades back, which I would prefer.
That's my exact energy. Now, I will say this now, I have to be mindful myself at all times because me being steeped into the draft and all these players and prospects doing all this film work, I do, you have your favorites. Like, I definitely feel better about some other backs than I do about Genty. Not to take anything away from Genty, but it's just, I think what I'm gonna have to do is probably on the next show or something, maybe do the top 10 running backs or something in the draft. We can come to a conclusion, a consensus together if y'all want to. But
well, here's what's going to happen with this nomad work that he's putting in, and I'm referring to you in the third person while talking to you. That's how skillful I am with the linguistics.
That's pretty slick.
But we're going to need to see, Nomad's big board by position, quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, so on, and just have those shorts. Here are my top 10, dogs at the positions, and have those videos coming out as we, approach the draft, which is still like a little less than a month away.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to do something. It feels like it's a need to do it. It's like I'm just trying to break the monotony for the most part. I think the monotony gets to me more than anything. It's the fact that they grab onto a player and they don't see anything else. It's like, dog, there's a lot of good running backs in this draft. I mean, like a lot. Like, I mean, some really talented dudes. And so here's the thing. We know for sure that they would like to get Ashton Genty, but where they got Ashton Genty, I think, you heard Brad Biggs. I don't know if you heard about Brad Biggs reporting something to the manner of, that's sold on Ashton Genty so that they have to go and reach for a running back that early. They feel plenty good about the rest of the draft and the plethora of running backs in it. Now, take Brad Biggs's, statement for what it's worth. He is inside the building often, and he is close to the franchise. You might like him, you might not like him. That's neither here nor there with me. I just take it for face value. You know what I mean? Because I see it the exact same way. I don't see a need to reach for a running back that early. Ashton Genty is really good, but do you need to do that right at that point? Is he the best player available at that time? I don't think so. Not in relation to what I think we need. That's just my opinion. I just think he's a really good back, but we do need to get an impact edge rusher. I really think that, or whatever they think they need to get. But it'll go the way it goes. But I'm just trying to be mindful. I don't want to come off like I know more than everybody else because I'm studying the draft so hard. I don't want to be like that guy. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to offer, mainly most of the time when you see the stuff that I'm putting out there, I'm trying to offer you guys another, other players to look at, and you do with it what you will. But I'm just offering that out there for the fan base so you can see who's out there, and so maybe you won't be so wrapped up into Ashton Genty so much. But that's just me trying to help out.
Like I say, it's a very interesting conversation, and you kind of tiptoed around something that makes the conversation even more interesting. So I'm gonna just speak to our guy, the bare minimum, aka Chris Foster. I like how Chris Foster come up with different names. It's pretty slick. I like it. So Chris basically says this silly fan base tried to rip Detroit for taking Gibbs at 12. Now want a running back at 10. It's hilarious and delusional. And I could almost agree with you, but I think the real reason why we ripped Detroit was because they traded up. They traded back into the first to do it. They'd already selected an edge rusher and traded back into the first at 12 to make that running back selection, which again, in my mind, was a little bit crazy. So now the conversation goes like this. How mad would you guys be? And this is really going to the chat too. I want y'all to sound off. How mad would y'all be if the Bears traded up to get Genty from 10?
Would I be mad?
I'm putting this on everybody, so by all means, let me know how you feel about it, Trip.
Well, just because I'm in a rotation, my answer is real short. I prefer that we trade back.
Me too.
So if that's the case, no way in hell I want to trade up. For for whatever price, to get them. So yeah, I'm a no with that.
All right.
Now I wouldn't. Would I be upset? I'm past being upset. With a good, when you get a good player, a really good player, it's hard to get upset about that. What you end up giving up to get it,
Right.
So for everybody's, think about it the way you want to think about it. Like I'm telling you, that it couldn't have got worse for me than knowing what the Bears needed and then getting in the fourth round getting a punter. That was crazy to me. That was insane. But he's a really good punter. I didn't know that at that moment. All I saw was punter, and I just lost it. I lost it live on TV, man. And no, I ain't gonna get upset if they move to get, like, say for instance, if they moved up to get Abdul Carter or something like that. Wouldn't be mad at it. I don't think they need to move up to get Ashton Genty. I think Ashton Genty either falls to him at 10 or he doesn't. Even if he falls to 10, I don't know if that's the pick they make. That's just how I think. So.
Well, before we get too far, there are people in the chat saying that Kids is full of caca, of Canadian caca.
It's possible.
Bare Minimum said no, Detroit traded back to 12 for Gibbs. Wrong again. Then Illy Jones said they moved back from 8 to 12 to get Gibbs. So they didn't trade up for him, they traded back for him.
I thought they traded back into the first after making a selection, but maybe you guys are right.
Every time somebody brings it back to that draft, I can still remember Aldo Gandia on the barroom asking me point blank. He said, "No, man, who do you think is the best running back in this draft?" And I did without flinching. I said, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he was just like throwing back because there was a couple of other guys in that draft that people were excited about. I told him, I said, Jahmyr Gibbs is the best back in that draft. And he turned out. He might have been the best pick in that draft.
That was the same. Wasn't Bijan Robinson in that same draft?
He might have been. Yeah,
I think it was Bijan was projected first, but real talk. I wanted Genty to go to the Bears, and I've said this on multiple occasions. I wanted I wanted Jahmyr Gibbs to go to the Bears because of his pass catching ability. That kid was a one-man army where he was at in college. And I was hopeful that he would, fall into the second round and he would be a second round selection for the Bears. Lo and behold, Detroit snagged him up early. So you're saying that the Detroit Lions only had one selection at that point, or did they have two?
I don't know, but
because I do remember they took didn't they take Captain Jack in the first round too?
That's what I'm talking about. I'm pretty sure they selected Jack. Then selected Jahmyr Gibbs. So I thought that they
had two first-round picks from that trade, though, previously.
Okay, so they already had two first-rounders, traded back the 8th selection to 12 and selected him at 12. Imagine doing that and still getting a little bit of draft capital. It's not a terrible move. They already got their edge rusher.
So what else do you think is a need? Give me what you think outside of running back. Everybody feels like they know we don't need to get a
you know what back. They are. Running back's not like, it's not a need. It is the smart man's luxury pick. If you're picking for luxury, the needs are in the trenches. It's either an edge rusher or likely a left tackle. Those are the two positions of need, in my opinion. I don't know what you guys do. You guys agree or disagree?
Run that back one more time. What is it?
Edge rusher on the left, on the opposite side of Montez Sweat. Although we did just get one. Don't get me wrong, but that's where I would think that other position of need would be. and left tackle because Braxton Jones hurt his leg.
Yeah,
those would be the two positions that I think are required to be had. Now, 39 and 41 is still smack within the sweet spot of this draft. You can get both of those positions filled with those two selections. So what do you do here, right? What do you do with 10?
So I think Marlon Johnson is kind of where I am. I think to me, those are the two things I'm talking about at 10. I do think they need.
That's what I just said.
Still think they need a linebacker or two. I still think they still need some depth along the offensive line. Still need to get some guards and some other tackles, some depth pieces later on in the draft. But as far as number 10 goes, I think it's going to be one of these two picks that Marlon just said. That's what I really think it is. But let me go back to a start comment that I had up. This is Marlon Johnson came in here hot. And I think I saw before we came onto the show, I think I want to say Swifty or somebody had a video out and it was leaning towards Dennis Allen wants the Bears to draft Jack Sawyer. Is that where you got that from, Marlon? Because I'm not sure exactly what that video was about, but it was kind of indicating something. Like it was either Swifty or Chat Sports or some damn body. I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, what did you think about? Have you guys even checked out Jack Sawyer from Ohio State?
If he's a linebacker, the answer is no.
No, he's an edge. He's definitely an edge.
Is he a blue chipper?
He can be. He's got like the prototypical 4-3 edge. He's right there in that category. Let me pull him up right now. As a matter of fact, let me just pull him up.
Oh.
That's the easiest thing to do.
So just to,
I got a short out on him too, by the way.
Just to put
you could always play the short.
I could do that, but I have to sort through all them goddamn shorts to find it. Thousands of them out there.
Yeah, so Jack Sawyer wouldn't be a bad move. Chris Foster said Jack Sawyer sucks, slow feet. Chris,
that's what Chris Foster said.
That's what Chris Foster's saying. Come
on, Chris, you got to be better than that, man. Jack Sawyer is an animal, man. This is Jack Sawyer. He's 6'5", 260. So he's right there in that neighborhood. Versus on the other side of the ball is JT Tuiamolau, who is about 6'5", 6'6", about another 10, 15 pounds bigger than that. And so, but I can see why he would like Jack Sawyer, because Jack Sawyer's engine is relentless. I mean, that's the relentless, and he's a playmaker. Jack Sawyer is absolutely relentless, man. So if they covet Jack Sawyer, I do not believe that would be the 10th pick, though.
Definitely, absolutely not. So just in projection, he's projected in and around pick, I think 180.
Oh, hell no.
184.
GTFOH at 10.
Yeah. So that's definitely not happening at 10. Just for a like comparable. So you gave say what now?
He reminds you of Aiden Hutchinson.
Is that because he's a white man?
No, it's just because of his traits. That too, but you know what I mean. But it's traits.
That's not a heat tracker.
You watch, that's what I did when I first started checking him out. Is I was just like, who this motherfucker remind me of? And then I couldn't get away from the idea of Aiden Hutchinson, so I just watched the tape side by side. They have very similar traits, man.
Well, here's the thing, though. I mean, this kid could be a good linebacker, but is he the best linebacker on your board?
You mean edge?
Edge, whatever the hell he is, defensive end edge. But if that's the case, if we're going to get exotic with it, I would rather, take a Emenwari kind of guy.
Well, you see what I'm saying, though? Like, we're in a position where you can do luxury with the 10th pick. Whether that's I have no problems with, if we're talking about staying true to it, the guys I'm looking at is like Michael Williams, who is exactly this. He has the exact same measurables as this guy, 6'5", 260. like identical, or James Pierce Jr., he was 15 pounds lighter, but a whole lot faster. You know what I mean? Like lightning. So
Like
those are the two guys by way of edge that I think will be available at 10 if you're looking at an edge rusher. You know? Or you
Hey, question: are we who's signing up to be the front office tonight? Speaking of all these picks and what to do at 10.
Who I saw in here first was, let me see, Minister Charles Marlon Johnson. We were looking for Vic. We was going to peg Vic, but it was Minister Charles Marlon Johnson, Derek Guy, Joseph Archer was the first 4 in here. And I think what's that, Poles? Yeah, we did 4 last time, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's Minister Charles already was Poles. So you gotta let somebody else be Poles, Minister Charles. I know you ain't.
No, Minister, was he Poles? That was somebody else. That was David Gray, David Grant,
right,
Derek.
Minister Charles can be Poles then. No problemo. So no, I'm not saying that Jack Sawyer is Aiden Hutchinson. I'm just saying that's what he reminds me of, man.
I'm just playing with you, man. Don't you
I'm looking at the
I'm just playing with you. At the end of the day, I'm just saying, as far as Jack Sawyer is concerned, you can get Jack Sawyer in the 4th round. You know what I mean? Like he'll be available likely in the 4th round. Between 10 and 41, you have just a laundry list of awesomeness. Donovan Ezeraku, Nick Scorton, Mike Green, Landon Jackson, JT, and Princely, and Kyle Kennard are all available. Like they will all be available to you to access, and those are pretty quality defensive ends. So you can draft him early with Mykel Williams, or you can go luxury. You still have access to this caliber of edge rusher. And that's why edge rusher doesn't faze me here. And I have very similar things to say about the offensive line. Like when we get to 10 and we're looking at the offensive line, and I'm going to zero in on guard. Like the tippy top ones will be gone. The very elite ones will be gone. You're looking at projected pick number 31, Gray Zabel, and I'm talking about at the guard position. Donovan Jackson, Wyatt Millam, Tate Ratledge, those guys are available to you for pick 39 if you're trying to do that. Flip side, if you're looking at offensive tackle, if they select either one of these guys, I won't be mad. You can get a Kelvin Banks Jr. at pick 10. You can get a Josh Simmons at pick 10. But one more time, Josh is hurt. I don't really expect Kelvin Banks to be there. I do expect maybe Armand Membu to be there, but he's a right tackle. He's never taken any snaps at the left side. Do we really want another right tackle? Because I'm pretty sure we just picked a right tackle at 10 a year ago.
Yeah, right? I ain't trying to pick, somebody that high and then put them in a position they've never played.
They're not on the field.
Then I'm not even trying to say, well, okay, Darnell, right, you look like a beast at right tackle. Let's go ahead and move you to left side. Don't mess up the continuity of it all.
See, you nailed it, AC Adam. It does kind of feel good to have these options. Like it's a really interesting position that he put himself into. He's not, I've said it before, he's not really beholden to any specific position. And you brought up Wari. Wari's like, he's slated between pick like 17, 18 to maybe 25. He may be available around there. And if they traded back, you can get an Wari.
If picks up your safety position that high, that should tell people a lot of stuff.
It does. It really says that Jaquan's probably not coming back, and if he does,
or Byard, Byard's old, and Hicks is good, but he's not I think we know what Hicks is, and he's good depth. Don't know about him elevating much as a starter. And then Mr. Don't Call Me Simone Biles Owens, he's a good depth guy. None of those safeties on the roster currently are I would consider world beaters or could not be upgraded on.
Yeah, I love Kevin Byard. Like I was just looking at some all 22 last night in the middle of the night, probably about 3 a.m, just looking at games, seeing what I can detect. And Kevin Byard, I still say he's one of the top 3 safeties in the league. I don't give a shit how old he is. He's just bad in the motherfucker.
Well, that's fine. He's under contract. He's not expensive, so it's not, the necessary thing to, cut him, but bring in a rookie and let him battle for it. And if Kevin, uses his veteran wiles to earn the starting spot, cool. The rookie can, chill on special teams on the bench for depth when we need him, in case of injury, what have you, or the rookie beats him out. Either way, it's a win-win because this team has options now. Instead of worrying about starters at every position, we can look at using quality rookies as depth because we have somebody in that place in the name of Byard or anybody along like the Toonies or the Jacksons or the Dahlmans. We have older guys that can fill those positions good while the young guys develop. So we don't need the young guys to step up right now. And that's part of the process of, building the team. Now we got those veterans that can start. Now we need to develop the younger guys coming along behind them. That includes the safety, there it is.
Hey, Trips, I remember when I was pulling up South Carolina draft eligible players before I even started all this shit, and I seen they had a safety. And I'd seen a couple of South Carolina games, and I can't recall if anything really stood out as far as that goes, because I'm usually watching trenches lately these days because we had such a weakness. I was just watching a lot of trenches, not paying attention to the whole field. And so I get to South Carolina and get a long list of draft eligible players, and I get to Nick Eamon-Warrior. I'm like, this motherfucker 6'3", 6'4", 225. What? I was like, nah. All right. And so I get to him probably about a day and a half later. Turn on his tape. I was just like, hold on. And I was just like, my eyes just kept getting bigger and bigger. I was like, all right, now here's the final thing. I'm going to see what kind of range he has, how quick his trigger is, and how he gets, like, say, for instance, he's sitting as a single high safety, and he's got to cover, both sides of the field. You the last, line of defense, and the ball's getting thrown in front of you. How fast did he get from A to B? And I was just like, this motherfucker can fly. And he takes great angles. I was like, this dude right here is a problem. There's nothing as a safety that he can't do. As a matter of fact, he is definitely box safety type material. But I don't want to hear no talk about this guy can't play single high safety. He can play high safety for sure.
So he has all pro potential.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Because now if we're taking somebody at 10, I want all pro goddamn potential.
Man, he's that kind of dude, man. I was like, holy shit! I'm being a typical motherfucker trying to pick his game apart, and I couldn't really find nothing. He's a pretty sure tackler. He's not going in trying to make the kill shot every time he goes in to make a tackle. He's going to finish the play, and when he has that shot, he'll take the shot. But he's not being that gung ho. I'm a big safety. I'm gonna try to knock you out, and sometimes you miss and take the wrong angle. Nah, man. He'll wrap you up and put you on the ground. But what I like about him is how well he transitions, and the speed from sideline to sideline is incredible. It looked like a mixture of Ed Reed and another really good safety I can think about, like Troy Polamalu and Ed Reed put together in a big ass.
Now, with all that said, let me ask you fellas this and the chat. If Eamon-Warrior turns out to be an all-pro type guy, would he be a horrible pick at 10? And is he the number one safety on everybody's safety boards?
For this kind of defense, where he's going to be playing a lot of man-to-man, it's going to be zero coverage, cover one. It's going to be a lot of, you got to man up, get a tight end, you get a running back. That's what his job is going to be in this kind of defense. You're going to have to man up a tight end. And so he's big enough to cover those big tight ends in the league. And he's going to, at times, have to get a running back. He's fast enough to do that too. And so, yeah, he's a perfect pick for this defense. Absolutely.
And so with Coach Allen coming in and Warren could be his, his not his
Thank you,
baby.
Zilla.
That sounds kind of weird, but be his number one recruit, his number one pick for his defense. Why would it not be worthwhile to take him in that position? I mean, if you could trade back a little bit and get him, that would be awesome. But if you had to pick somebody at 10, and with the depth of the running back class, and the big argument is Genty or somebody else in a deep class, we've already determined that there is no really offensive lineman that's suitable at 10. You look at defensive tackles and it's like, yeah, there's a shitload of them in this draft to get later. Safety is the only position I'm hearing about that's not really deep. Wide receiver, we don't need a top one right now, so we can get one later. And all the other positions, defensive end, edge, we can find later. If the safety can be an all-pro, we need safeties on this team going forward. And if this is the best, motherfucker in the draft and Dennis Allen wants him, why not take him at 10?
Hey. I wouldn't do that. I would do what you said a minute ago. I'd trade back and get him a little bit later, see if you can scoop up some juice. There are some safeties in this class that are of note. I have to say that. And you can get them
all
a little
pro
bit
potential. All pro potential.
Lathan Ransom, I think, is there.
Me too.
Could be there.
There's a couple of guys that have some stuff. Here's the thing, and Zilla 007, you nailed it, bro. So Nomad, you're giving a little bit of a you mentioned a couple of guys. That Cam Chancellor's the guy that he reminded me of when I watched his tape.
That's a good one.
From the Seahawks. Cam Chancellor is a big
He's got
body.
better range than Cam
Chancellor. From the Legion of Boom?
From the Legion of Boom.
Better range than Cam Chancellor. He's faster than Cam.
I'm going to say he's a lot faster than Cam.
Faster than Cam.
But they're both taller, rangy guys. You know what I mean? Like a lot of length to be had on both of those DBs, those safeties. So that's why, like, right away, I was like, he kind of reminded me a little bit more of Cam, but he's a short tackler. Man, I'm not going to go through it again. You laid it down quite beautifully about Nick Amwari. I think he'd be a great addition to this team with the slight issue that Jaquan, you know what I mean? Like, Jaquan's here, he's amazing, and I'm just not sure.
Are you re-signing Jaquan to a big contract?
Look, if Jaquan makes it through this season without concussion, I don't see why they wouldn't.
You know what?
There's only one knock on Jaquan.
Let me point something out to you guys. I don't know if you guys. So Dennis Allen was on the staff the last time. I believe the last time the Saints were in the Super Bowl. I think he was on that staff. And
yeah, he was.
Greg Williams was, I think, the coach, and I think Dennis Allen was coaching that secondary. What made that team special was the wild card safety that they had. It was what's his name? Number 27. I want to say Jenkins or something. Can't think of his name right off the top of my head, but he had been in the league for a long ass time. Somebody help me out in the chat. But in this type of defense, an aggressive type of defense, either your slot nickel is going to be like that trump card that gets played everywhere, or it's going to be one of those safeties. Now, if they decide that they really want to amplify the safety position, it would not surprise me if they got a safety early at 10. I wouldn't be mad if they got Eamon Warrior early.
Darren Sharper?
No, it wasn't Darren Sharper. Number 27. Darren Sharper was like 42.
So
last time
Roman Harper.
No. I'm thinking about, because he played for the Eagles too, and he ended up, I think he finished his career with the Eagles, but he played for the Saints for quite some time. And Malcolm Jenkins, there it is, Marlon Johnson.
Malcolm Jenkins is a bad month.
Thank you.
He's a bad MF for sure.
He was the difference maker in that defense. Safety. That you can play anywhere. He can line up as an extra linebacker, play safety, the box, he can play high. That made that defense dynamic and made that defense exceptional. So don't sleep on safeties in an aggressive kind of format that Dennis Allen's going to bring to the table, where they kind of go at the offense instead of letting the offense go at them. They kind of dictate the tempo. Don't be surprised if they get a safety early, a dynamic safety. Don't be surprised. Just saying.
Well, see, this is the interesting thing about this whole draft process and prospects. Everybody's board is different, and I mean all of the maniacs, all of ours. You know, as far as positional, you know, who's your number one? You know, list them out in order. Those are going to be different. Then the needs on the team are going to be different.
I don't know.
And so,
I think the needs on the team is the same. But
no, the needs are in importance. In order of importance, like to you, is not going to be the same order of importance as it is to, say, Minister Charles.
Okay.
You know, where somebody be like, well, we need a left tackle, then an edge, then a defensive tackle, then a safety. Whereas others are going to be like, well, we need a defensive end, then a safety, then a tackle, or whatever the case may be, whichever order. Nobody's going to have the same order. So it's just very interesting how debates and arguments can kick off because everybody's right on this guy is going to be the guy and we got to take that guy. And some dudes are like, shit, dude, that ninja ain't even on my board. You know, and so as these few weeks get closer to the draft, watch for the sparks to fly. It's gonna be fun.
All right, because we gotta get to this mock draft here soon. But really quick, I got a couple things to get into real fast. Let me share my screen and show you guys something. My guy Nick Rembert hit me up with this. So I was so glad to see this. You guys don't know. This is can you guys see it?
Oh, yeah, you can make it bigger.
Maximize the screen, hitting those little arrows at the bottom right. No, not that bottom right of the video.
Oh,
in the video window.
Up,
go no, up, right down. See down in the bottom right of the video corner, those little arrows that pop up.
Right here? Oh,
buddy, yeah. 1, 2.
Oh, let me turn the sound down in that shit.
Boom.
And then go back to the beginning. All right, who are we looking at?
That's Austin Booker, Grady. I think that
was Montez.
Was it Montez?
Yeah.
Were they down in Florida putting in some work?
I think Hardy's in there too.
Oh, that's the last one. You're right. That's Daniel Hardy.
Oh, down at the U.
Javon's in there.
I definitely saw Dex. There's Grady. That's Sweat. I think that's Hardy.
There's Dex.
Yeah, I love it, man.
Hey, where the hell's Pickens?
Shit, I don't know, man.
Hey, he's the one that needs to be up there getting some extra reps in.
No, bro. You know, you're right about that. You're right about that. I just did a video on him. What was that, yesterday? Yeah, we were just talking about that. I had to bust out the all-22 to make my point. Let me show you guys something else, because I heard about this, and I don't know if you guys heard about this, but this is something. I heard the Bears made a top 30 visit schedule, and this is what I saw. This guy we covered early on. Give me a second. This guy right here. This is what I had to say about him. For 315-pound junior, he's basically the best athlete and the best pass protector in this draft. Best athlete, best pass protector, period, in the draft. He's better than Will Campbell. He's better than all those guys out there at Pass Pro. And just all around a better athlete than them all. He is dynamite, man. For 300. And I heard that this is one of the I haven't heard about any. I think I might have heard about Will Campbell and Ashton Genty probably getting scheduled for a top 30 visit, but it did not surprise me that they had this motherfucker as one of the guys that they wanted to have in on one of their first linemen inside the building. You know, I don't know if too many people knew about him when I did this. This was early in the offseason, but I kept telling people, man, every show, like, that's a bad dude. Every time somebody asks me who I think the best left tackle is outside of Will Campbell, is the first dude out of my mouth.
All right. Well, the question is, kids, where is he projected? Would people be, 3-part question. Where is he projected? Will people be mad if we took him at 10? And is he an upgrade day one to Braxton Jones?
So Yes and yes to questions B and C. Question A, yes as well. People would be mad. So yes to all three of those. So he's projected at 46. We have pick 41 and 39. And just to make matters make sense, in and around where you can get Josh Connolly Jr., you could also get Cameron Williams or Ariante Ursery. So there's two guys ahead of him. He should be available, and that's again in the second round. So this is what
But
I'm
now
saying.
the question is like, is this Connerly guy, is he above those other two tackles that Keds just mentioned there, Nomad, or is he higher on the list
I
on
took
your board?
I took Ursery. Who else did you mention?
I think Ursery's higher. That's my opinion. Cam Williams is stuck in between Ursery and Connolly. Those would be my two. So my two looks in the second round for offensive tackle are Josh Connolly and Ariante Ursery.
Yeah, he's like Ariante Ursery. I would just say, like, if they do what I think they're gonna do, and that is let this offensive line really get after defenses, you're gonna need some serious athleticism. Like these motherfuckers are in two different orbits, Connolly and Ursery, as far as the athleticism goes. Pass protection, he's just in a world he in a class by himself. Him and Will Campbell, maybe a couple of other dudes. His run blocking, people said that he was a little slight in that area. I didn't see any of that shit. He can get after it in the run game. I think he's a complete tackle, man. And Ursery, I think he's gonna have to go to I wouldn't be surprised if he get kicked into a guard. Be honest. Yeah. I like him, but I think his he just got a lot of, like, I think he'll have problems with the quicker guys in the league. That's probably what bothers me the most, is how he sometimes struggle with some of those quicker edge rushers.
Well, like I said, those are the two guys that I like in that second round. Drafting them at 10 is ludicrous because you could easily draft, like, again, a Kelvin Banks Jr. That's what you could draft in and around 10. And I would have to say Kelvin's probably an upgrade to both these guys.
I definitely say Connolly. Between him and Kelvin Banks, I would not be mad at either one of those. Because Kelvin Banks, I've seen him get his ass kicked a couple of times, man. But you know, every offensive tackle is going to get his ass kicked. It's always going to be a guy or two out there that's going to give him a problem every time he sees him. So I don't really hold too much of that against him. But Kelvin Banks is really tough. I still would say Connolly is better all around. I still would. But that's just my opinion, man. I just had to point that out. He's going to be in there for a 30 visit.
I don't think your opinion is incorrect at all. I think the thing that bolsters your opinion here is, again, the fact that you can get that, you can address the trenches. And this is what I hope that they do over the course of this draft and the subsequent draft in 2026. You get a trench monster on the offensive side, a trench monster on the defensive side. And you do that again with picks 2 and 3 in 2026. So now you've got depth on the offensive line to back up Tooney and Jonah Jackson. And you can develop those guys behind Tooney, using Jonah Jackson, and do the same thing with the defensive side.
Well, but don't fall into the comfort zone of saying just because the mock draft guys have them at whatever position, that's what they'll actually be going at in that area. There are going to be teams that draft somebody in the top 5 that it's like, what the fuck are they doing? You know, so that, you know, there's going to be instances where guys are going to go before anybody projects them. They're going to be guys that fall. So that's a nice reference, you know, when we do the mocks. But if just say guy number 3 on your left tackle list is better than guy number whatever's best player available, and it's like, yeah, that guy could be an all-pro. I'm going to take that guy now. You know, I'm going to take Amin Wari, just to use that example, to go back to at 10, because, yeah, he's going to be the badass safety in this draft that we look back and be like, yeah, he was the dude from that draft. We're not going to mess around and trade back and hope we can get him at 20. We're just going to take who we want at 10 because they're going to be that dude.
And King Booker World just nailed it. What team gets fooled into taking Jackson Dart unexpectedly? And then like
exactly.
that's going to happen. You guys like King shout out. You know it's going to happen.
Remember when Swift was on here a couple weeks ago, and I said that to him, and he was just like, "What?" I said, "Watch and see what I tell you." Somebody is going to sneak up in there.
It's going to happen in Mel Kiper's. So in Mel Kiper's mock, he has Jackson Dart going at 9 to the New Orleans Saints just before us. Right?
Not a bad quarterback though.
Say what now? He's not terrible. And again, they don't really have like they've got Derek Carr, but for how much longer? You know what I'm saying? Like how much longer is Derek Carr A going to be in the league? B is he going to be able to hold up in the league at the age he's at? So I think it might be in their best interest to do something along those lines, even if it's just a tire kicking experiment just to see if they can develop a guy over the course of the next 2 years. New Orleans wouldn't be crazy to get Jackson Dart. And there's a few other teams like the New York Giants might not be crazy for the New York Giants to step out of their comfort zone and pull in Jackson Dart down into the top 10. There's a few teams like this, man.
All right.
You know, because teams, general managers, coaches, owners,
Pittsburgh,
they'll fall in love, you know, with their guy, and it's like I'm not gonna miss getting my guy. So whatever position they're at, they're taking their guy, and it's like, wait, nobody wanted that guy but you. Why did you take that guy so early? Could they be right? Could they be wrong? We'll find out next week on another exciting episode of Soap.
You know what? I did have a couple other questions. One in particular. I know Trip ain't really watching. He ain't watching the draft picks like that. But kids, give me one other back that you really like outside. I'm gonna take a couple of them away from you. Quinshawn Junkins and Ashton Genty. Give me another back that you really liked in this draft.
Well, Travion Henderson, you done know. I'm a statty. You knew
Give
that.
me somebody else. I should have said all.
You should have said just Ohio State running backs. Like I like Bracial Tootin, and I also like Brashad Smith. I'm not sure if they're going to be as impactful as those other guys up at the top of this draft. I don't know, but I've watched their tape, and their tape looks very interesting, intriguing, and they both had a really decent showing in the combine, especially with like the measurable piece for Bracial Tootin. His measurables were crazy. He was I don't even know. He had like a I don't know. I can't even quote it, but at his long jump was crazy. His vertical was crazy. Like every measurable that he had was kind of off the charts. But those are two other guys that I would be looking at. But then there's also Devin Neal, and there's also Taj Brooks, who AC Adam just threw out there. There's a few guys that interest me. If we're picking backs later in the draft, like I won't. What I'm saying, like I won't be mad if we pick a back later in the draft because I know how deep it is truly. But I'm just thinking if you're the top two guys really, with a laundry list of running backs like this behind you, you're probably really effing good.
Trip, I don't know if you really know these running backs like that, but if you got something to offer to that, go right ahead.
Not a damn thing. All I can do is read the chat, and they're saying the Tennessee running back. Who would that be?
That's Dylan Sampson.
Dylan Sampson. I haven't checked
out
Dylan Sampson bad in a month.
Smiley face.
Mr. Smiley face. I need the back out of me.
He's a bad boy. I'm going to do that show soon. But I'll just give you one just off the top of my head.
Well, hold on. Before we get that far, Taj Brooks.
Yeah, man. Taj Brooks ain't no joke.
Texas Tech.
Damian Martinez.
That's Nomad's guy. Nomad's been gushing over D-Mark for a minute. He's kind of a bruiser, but I don't have any problems with that. I think they can get the job done in essence with a back in the later rounds. I do. But
here's the thing. Here's a conundrum that everybody, and I think because people gush so much over Genty. I don't think they pay attention to the fact that they might be looking for, because we got Swift on the board for another year. He's going to be here this year, and he's going to be a factor.
Yeah.
You got Swift. This is why I think there's an argument to be made somewhere along the line. I'm not saying they draft 2 running backs early, maybe one early, maybe one late, maybe a UDFA, whatever it is. I do think they're going to get 2 different types of running backs in here. I think they're going to get a guy that can carry the load and be a workhorse. I think they're going to value a workhorse back. I feel confident in saying that they will value a workhorse back, a physical running back, that kind of guy. And where they get him at, who knows? But I do think, knowing that Swift is here, I don't know that they're going to value that body type very early in the draft. They'll try to get one if they can get their hands on Henderson somewhere in the second round. I think they'll take him. I really do. I think they'll take Henderson somewhere. If he falls to the late out of that first round and he's there in the second round, I think they scoop him. I think they might actually move up to get him. That's how strongly I feel about his traits in relation to what Ben Johnson is going to be doing here.
Well, Dennis Moody in the chat, as a Carolina native, Hampton would completely transform this offense. The man looks like he's skating when he runs.
Man, he's a prototype, man. Like, you can't chisel a running back. That's like a Webster's dictionary definition of a running back. That's what he would look like. He looked like Omarion Hampton. He's got everything. The lateral agility. I thought I was just like, hold on. And till I watched enough tape, he's got some of that going on too. He can move in the hole a little bit, man. He's got it all. He's just not the physical thumper that I'm looking for.
Well, let me ask you this question and phrase it this way: what would be reasons that just on just on him, not on the needs of the team, what makes Genty a bad prospect? What are his negatives?
You really don't have one.
None?
I mean, only thing you don't see a whole lot of is him featured in the passing game, but he does have decent hands.
So he can pass block, he can catch.
You don't see a lot of that.
Oh, you gotta run a search now.
I've seen it, but I don't see a lot of it.
Oh no, you gotta run a search.
Yeah, I've seen him get his ass trucked over too.
Run a search for him blocking, because I was worried about that too. I was like, is he gonna stick his nose in there and go and do it? And he does. You just have to, like, them highlight reels just aren't gonna show it. You know what I mean? If that's what you're talking about, you'd have to really either watch his film or go and specifically look for it. He does it, and that kind of surprised me. I did not expect him to be able to do it.
At that weight, he's not gonna be you can't have that guy in on 30 pass protected, man. He's gonna get broke up. He's only 208 pounds, man. You can only do that so many times, run smash into a 250-pound linebacker. You can only do that so many times, man. You're gonna get hurt.
So first off, I have him listed at 221 pounds, which is pretty crazy for
that's off from everything I saw, but he could be, who knows.
And
I got him listed at 208.
Let me double check now.
Also, the competition he played with, there's that argument too.
Sorry, 211. I'm 10 pounds up. So 211 pounds, 3 pounds up from where you are. Yeah. And like I'm gonna say a guy who was smaller than him was all up in that pass block, though, being Tariq Cohen at 5'6".
Henderson will surprise us, man. Dude, Henderson from Ohio State, that dude, I seen him uncoil. I don't know exactly what game it was I was watching. It might have been a Michigan game, or it might have been one of the playoff games. I can't remember, but man, that son of a bitch uncoiled on a motherfucking linebacker coming streaming down the B gap. I mean, full speed, and he leaned into him. And when I tell you he stoned him, I was just like, oh, I just knew for sure both of them was gonna be stuck on the ground, and somebody the trainer's gonna have to come out. But oh my God, that dude is vicious when it comes to pass blocking. I'm telling you, it was a trip to watch that. I was just like, damn. But even him, as strong and as physical as he is, he can't continue to do that at that weight. He's going to break down. Same thing with Genty. You keep leaving that guy in on third down and asking him to pass protect, and he does enough of those blocks, he will break down. It's just a matter of time. You might get away with 2 or 3 of those, but 4th or 5th one, you're gonna get your ass going to the medical tent.
I won't even argue with that, and that's why we need a little bit of thunder there too. We need to get a guy like a guy like Roschon Johnson, really a bit more effective at what he brings to the table. But in that respect, I think we're just going to wind up replacing him sooner than later, right? But King Booker World's saying everybody wants a new Sonic and Knuckles like this guy. But how about Sonic and Sonic?
Couple of speed demons, huh?
Well, both DeAndre and Genty or something along those lines. It wouldn't be great.
Physicality, man. You got to have you some physicality if you're gonna be the Bears. That's just
that doesn't bode well for Roschon Johnson, because he has another issue with staying on the field and concussions, and concussion is not the injury you want from your battering ram. So if we look at logic and not emotions, it's like, yeah, Roschon Johnson should be entering his prime where we're riding him, but he's not been reliable. He needs to be upgraded. So between Swift and Johnson, looking at the kids in this draft, both seem to be upgradable.
All right. One last thing I gotta ask now, because this is something me and Kids was talking about in the green room before we did the show, and it's got to be talked about because I heard this guy. Let me pull him up. Hold on 1 second, because my mouse went dead on me again. I gotta plug it up. I heard this guy who we featured on the Nomad Network, like one of the first 2 shows or so. This guy, I heard they're scheduling a visit for him. Now look at his. Now, first of all, look at his measurables. He's 6 foot, 220 pounds. This is Nick Martin out of Oklahoma State. This dude, all right, I'll get to the attributes in a second. But at first, I was just like, when I first started, I double thought actually putting him on the show. But I thought so much about him that it's like sometimes a guy's measurables and traits, especially when it comes to a linebacker, I think you can overthink it. Like, this guy is such a general on the field that I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna put him on the show because I think he's that good. And sure enough, this is the one linebacker I've heard about, them wanting to bring in for a 30 visit. This guy's a badass dude, straight up and down. He's just a dog linebacker, and you need this. I mean, the passion and energy that he plays with is crazy. You just got to go watch him. But holy shit, it led me to this conversation I had with Kids in the green room. At some point in this drive, do you think they give Dennis Allen the linebacker that he wants?
I do. What do you think, Trip?
Yeah, because Poles we've learned from Poles, he's not the force feed you kind of GM thus far. He hasn't been that guy. He's, been like, hey, Flus, what you need, my man? Flus is, in his hip pocket, talking about, yeah, we need that guy. We're not telling you what's up our sleeve. You know how Flus did. Now Ben Johnson is here. Ben Johnson was like, yo, the offensive line, handle that. Poles was like, all right, we're going to trade this. We're going to trade here. We're going to sign this top guy. We're going to sign that guy, or three guys on the line. Then it's like, hey, Coach Allen, what you need? I need Grady Jarrett. I need Dial to come off that edge. Okay. So it's a collaborative effort going on there, which is what you kind of want from your GM, to be like, all right, I want to keep my coaching staff happy by supplying them with the players that they want for their system. And he's going out and finding those guys. If Nick Martin is that guy, let's rock with it, because there's going to be turnover. We saw Captain Jack, he's gone, not Captain Jack, excuse me, Jackhammer went down there with Flus, Jack Sanborn. And so we need another linebacker, why not Martin? If he's the dog that Coach Allen wants, he's a dog that Coach Allen gets.
Well, I think Dennis Mooney nailed it for me. Dude is nasty. Where would we pick him? And that is the question of the day. So he's a much later round pick from what I see by way of projections. He's projected in and around pick 247. Now, I believe we have pick 240. 240? Yeah, pick 240. So Nick could be our final pick in that scenario, and that makes perfect sense to me. Even 233, if you want to sort of get ahead of that situation, because you're not really looking. You're looking for diamonds in the rough with those 6th and 7th round picks. So I think.
Well, don't we not have those picks, Kez? Because then we trade most of those later guys away, and could this guy be a UDFA find?
No, we still got 230 and 233, 240 are still ours. We traded away our 6th rounders, so we have 2 7s now.
Okay. Yeah, and if you don't want to get into that UDFA battle market, he's the 7th round guy if he's, that later projection is still there.
Yeah, man, it's like you just got to turn on tape. Just go. You do nothing else. Go look at some Nick Martin highlights. Motherfucker is all that and a bag of chips, dog. He's one of many linebackers that I'm very, very high on. He's just one. There's some other ones out there that I think are stud muffins. The linebacker market is huge, man. That's one of the slept on positions in this draft. But the really good defensive coordinators know they know these linebackers. There's a plethora of them out there, and you should come out of this draft with one. If you know anything about, they're just good. But yeah, that's that, man. So we need to get this thing going, man, because Kez has got he's got the simulator fired up, and I know he's ready. So this is what I got. So let me know if you're still in the if you hear your name called, let me know. Give me a thumbs up and let me know you're still in the chat. So as of right now, we got Minister Charles as Ryan Poles. Mr. Charles, give me a thumbs up. I'm pretty sure he's still there. Derek Guy, if you're still there, I got you pegged as Ben Johnson. Give me a thumbs up. Joseph Archer, if you're still there, I got you pegged as Ian Cunningham. And Marlon Johnson, if you're still there, I got you pegged as Dennis Allen. So I just need to see some thumbs up so we can get this thing going. We'll wait a minute.
You ready? Yes, I'm ready.
Charles is there.
Ready.
So we got Minister Charles, we got Marlon Johnson.
Ready to draft.
Thumbs up, catch up. I'm just gonna get a quick glass of water, and we'll be mocking it up in no time.
All right.
While he's doing that, this is like for all no maniacs. But if you want to be a super nomad, how would the people do that?
Oh shit, you caught me flat-footed.
And while you're pulling that up, I will offer a shameless self-promotion, if you will. You know me as Triple R. But who is Triple R? What are his thoughts? What are his dreams? What are his desires? Find out some of those answers and more on the content channel, the website, the social media platforms, the Ko-fi, the Patreon, all under the name of Sports Chicago Style. So go on over to that YouTube channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe, and look forward to the lifestyle holistic videos from Chef Trips, who will be joining us on Extra Sauce this Wednesday with the video recipes with Coach Tripping and Trip with they're doing their self-defense thing, and Trip with his exercise vlog, and then our sports commentary. It's a fun place to be. Sports Chicago Style.
All right. Mister, I got Derek Guy. He says he's ready to go. I got you. Let me go ahead and check your name. We got Derek Guy. You'll be Ben Johnson. All we need now is waiting for Joseph Archer to grab Ian Cunningham, or we might have to just exclude that guy from it. All right, so let me show you guys real quick. If you want to really help us out, this is how you do it, man. You just help our channel grow, man. You just grab a membership. It's $4.99 a month, $5. I'm not gonna count nobody's pockets. I don't know if $5 hurts you or helps you, but it can definitely help us right now in this moment grow this channel. As you guys can see, we're trying to put out more and more content, making sure that you guys have a plethora of Chicago Bears content. We're gonna move and do more stuff for the members as this website gets put up. It's gonna be more perks. It's gonna be freebies being given out, all kinds of stuff going on. But if you want to see this channel do what it can do and grow and get out there and be the channel it should be, help us out in that way, man. It does help us pay bills. We got a multitude of bills. Podcasting is not free. Guarantee you that. You got to pay for everything, man. It's just a stream. It costs you $100 a month. And so every time the end of the month comes around, it's nice to know that we got Super No Maniacs that grab those memberships and help us out along in that fashion, man. So it will be really, really nice to get some more members on the channel, man, so we can really blow this thing out, man. So we don't have to worry about bills every month. So if you want to help us out, that's how you do it, man. You just go to the YouTube channel where the icon is. Don't click on the podcast. You have to go where the icon is. And right under the icon, there's a whole bunch of prompts under there. So you just scroll over and see where it says join. You hit that join and it'll say become a member, and you just follow it from there. And that's how you become a member of the channel. But it would be nice to really see that part of the channel grow, man. Get some more members, help us pay these bills, man. It does take a team, and that includes you all, you Super No Maniacs, to keep this thing going, man. It takes a group effort. And so I'm just asking the community to help us out along that way. So we appreciate you guys in advance giving us a hand, and thank you for the Super No Maniacs already there. Y'all, I love you guys, man. You help us out a great deal at the end of the month. But I appreciate you guys again. Let me take this down. And if we're ready, we might have to exclude. Let me look and see if Joseph Archer popped in. Anybody want to play let me see. Alex, you want to be Alex Machado? You want to be Ian Cunningham? I don't think Joseph is in here still. You're free to that role if you want it. So we'll just say Alex Machado is Ian Cunningham. And if you're ready, kids.
I am fully ready. I will also do my little shameless plug. By all means, hit me up at Keds the Canuck on YouTube or Twitch. Doing the same darn thing right now. We are multi-streaming live on both channels for the love of God and the world. So all I really expect y'all to do is give me a little thumbs up, a little like, and you can come right back to the channel. I just need, or please also subscribe, like, share, and subscribe. I just need more numbers, man. The more numbers that I get, the closer I will get to paying them bills, right along the same lines as what Nomad is saying. So by all means, at Keds the Canuck, check me out.
Man, you doing filters and shit?
Hey, man. Gotta look sexy. Gotta look sexy. No,
and I know you wore that shirt for the thumbs up imagery, but I ain't wearing nothing that I ain't getting no residuals from.
Oh.
So you know, unless they're a sponsor. Hey, chill.
You know what I'm saying? I take that tone in real life.
I'll block out my Dragon Ball Z hoodie for them same reasons. But
well, no, that's you know,
shout out to Vegeta.
That's pop culture.
Shout out to Vegeta.
All right,
Kamehameha. Let's go.
Let me run the staff down one more time so everybody knows who's who. Right, Minister Charles, you are Ryan Poles. Derek Guy, you are Ben Johnson. Let me see. Marlon Johnson, you are Dennis Allen. And Alex Machado, you are Ian Cunningham, my guy. So if y'all are good with that, we can go ahead and get this thing busy and jumping. It's all you kids.
It's coming. And away we go.
Let us know. Don't forget, this is how the process goes. Mr. Charles, you the leader. You confer with your staff. Y'all come to a conclusion on what to do with 10. You want to pick it, you want to trade it, just come to a consensus. And Minister Charles, when you feel like y'all are ready, you tell us the pick is in, and we go from there. Don't forget that. Let us know the pick is in. Say those words in the chat. All right, you're on the clock.
All right, so let's fire this puppy up and get these first couple of picks out of the way. Y'all ready? Boom.
Oh, you got it rolling.
Okay.
Maybe
so I'm gonna go through these. I'll go through these trade offers, and then I'll read out who's been selected and who's available, and we'll get it popping. So right now, The Colts are offering pick 14 and 45 for our 10 and 72. The Chargers are offering pick 22, 55, and 86 for 10 and 72, as well as their 2026 number 2 pick. The Lions are offering the 28th pick in the draft, pick 60, pick 100, their 2nd and 5th rounder from 2026, and FGB. They're offering 23, 54, and their 3rd rounder from 2026, strictly for pick number 10. All right. I'll let you guys marinate on that. I'll go through it again in a minute, but let's see who fell to where. Starting with the number 1 pick in the draft, Abdul Carter goes to Tennessee. The Browns select Cam Ward. They finally get themselves a quarterback who is not addicted to massages. Sorry?
The GM says he wants to trade.
He's thinking of trading back?
He says he wants to trade.
That's Detroit. Okay. Is that your final decision, Minister, or are you debating with the folks in the chat?
He's this. All right. I'll let you confer with Minister Charles or Brian. I'm getting comments. People want you to stay at 10. Cornelius says stay at 10. Skylark wants to trade down. Trapper Keeper thinks that's a horrible trade.
I think so too. Well, it's not horrible. It's not horrible. It's okay. It's all right. I hate to say it, but like this is in my opinion, this is the nicest trade. But I don't really want to do anything I don't want to do anything with Green Bay.
Well, we got word from Dennis Allen. Dennis Allen, who is Marlon Johnson, he likes to trade with Green Bay.
All right.
Wait, I thought it was Ministers.
It is.
He said the pick is in.
Minister said the pick is in.
Oh, what was it? To trade back or to pick?
I'm about to select this accept button for there's method to my madness, he says. So he's going with Detroit. That's what he's doing.
All right.
He said I said Detroit. give them the minister voice. You know what I mean?
I said Detroit.
I said Detroit. So pick number 28. Here we are.
He's already got a mutiny.
Oh my God, this is sucks.
God bless y'all. Anybody that wants to be Polish, boy, you're on your own.
Yeah, you're out on an island there, bro. You're out on an island. So pick 28. Baltimore's offering 59 and 91 in their 2nd. Houston's offering 58, 79, a 2 and a 2. Oh, that's pretty decent. Except they also want pick 102 that you just got from Detroit, and 28, obviously. Jacksonville is offering pick 36 and their 2nd for pick 28. I'll leave you guys to mull around about that. If that's what you want to do, let me know, Minister, and the rest of the Bears staff.
Give Minister Charles give Ryan Poole some input. All you guys that's on the staff, man, give him some input.
All right, just don't tell him that he sucks. Calm down, y'all. Relax.
It feels good to let you guys get your hands on this thing.
It feels great, actually. D Bird's like, hell no.
Okay, so we got the first. So Dennis Allen wants to stay put here.
Okay.
Marlon Johnson. He wants to stay put.
Sell the team.
Sell the team. Traffic Keeper, he's not with it.
Oh man. It's a good thing they don't do the draft out in the open to the public. Sit there and decide what to do, man. Good thing they close the doors and say, you know what, we got to make our decision.
Yeah. Imagine you had all of the public voice screaming you down while you're trying to do this. It's not fun. God.
Where you at, Minister? What we doing? What do you do? Go potty?
He's thinking about it.
Okay, he's typing it up.
He said, I want to take Kenneth Grant. What do you guys think? What do you want to talk, Dennis? Take Dennis Allen.
So he's
So
talking.
Dennis Allen, what do you think? Because polls is going leaning toward Kenneth Grant there.
He's
So
talking to
let's
Marlon. Help him out there, Marlon. What do you think you should do?
Who's available? Marlon wants to know. Coach Dennis Allen.
He wants to see the board.
So I'm showing him the board, and I'm actually going to go right to defensive tackle since that's what you're thinking of. Boom. There's good old Tyleek, and I think Tyleek is amazing. Walter Nolan, Kenneth Grant.
Well, the head coach has spoken. He also wants to see who's been taken so far.
Oh, okay, cool. So where do I start here? We're going to start after 10. So at 10, Detroit traded up with us and selected Shamar Stewart. Ashton Genty went right after to Denver. Tyler Warren, the tight end, goes to the Boys. Kelvin Banks Jr. went to the Dolphins. The Colts selected James Pierce Jr. Atlanta selected Malachi Starks, safety. Tyler Booker, offensive guard, goes to the Cardinals. The Bengals selected Derek Harmon. Matthew Golden, wide receiver, goes to Seattle. Jahad Campbell, linebacker, goes to Tampa Bay. The San Francisco 49ers selected Jalon Walker, linebacker. Nick Emanwari goes to Pittsburgh. The Bills selected Siobhan Ravel. Michael Williams goes to the Green Bay Packers. Colston Loveland, tight end, goes to the Vikings. Emeka Ibuka goes to the Texans. Luther Burden III, wide receiver, goes to the Rams. And finally, just up before us with pick 27, Nick Scorton, edge rusher, goes to the Baltimore Ravens. You, sir, are now on the clock. There are some fantastic defensive tackles available. Josh Simmons is available. Gray Zabel is available. Donovan Azuruko is available. Walter Nolan, Kenneth Grant, Tyleek Williams. That's who's in and around pick 28.
The GM says, if I don't get the right input, I just got to make the pick. So he's giving y'all a chance to, have your say so here. Just go to the all.
And that's what I'm at. I'm at all. And Omarion Hampton is not far behind Kenneth Grant either. So these are the available selections. One more time, I assume you're not going to pick a corner. Josh Simmons, Tyleek Williams, Gray Zabel, Walter Nolan, Donovan Azuruko, Kenneth Grant, Omarion Hampton.
It ain't official, Mr. Charles, until you say the pick is in. He says,
my big board said Grant. What do you think there, Dennis Allen? Any
the head coach,
Grant?
That's the Marlon is.
There's the pick.
Pick is in. Pick is in. Do. Wait, play it.
There it is. And Kenneth Grant, you are a Chicago Bear. A few picks later, the Pittsburgh Steelers offer you pick 83, their second and third and fourth from next year for pick 39. Yeah, they're throwing the whole fence at you. And who
are they trying to take? Who's on the board?
No, it's going to be Tyleek.
I bet it's Omarion.
Or maybe Omarion Hampton.
Value-wise, you're at pick number 39. Your next pick is at 41. BPA on the board is value. You get your defensive tackle Williams, edge. How you pronounce his name?
Donovan Azuruko.
Thank you, Azuruko.
We just got word from
Hampton.
Dennis Allen. They said we need to go in Hampton here.
That's good value at 35 there. Projected, you're at 39. Xavier Watts is on the board. You need a safety. Tight end. There's Ursery.
You already got one thumbs up, Minister Charles, from Dennis Allen that says go Omarion Hampton here.
I see Ellie Joy's don't get a vote, but Hampton. The pick is in. Play it. Hey, I hope that's not copywritten, right?
I've never heard of copyright before.
Okay.
Omarion Hampton.
Omarion Hampton's a Bear. I know that's who Pittsburgh wanted because they just lost number 22.
No, Minister, you can't fire me because I don't work for you. I've been relieved of duty. That's some shit.
Oh man. So couple of offers. I wouldn't take either one. Dallas offers you pick 44 and a New York Giants 7th rounder next year. The Cardinals offer you something similar, pick 47 and a 2026 4th rounder.
Yeah.
Neither really helps you this time around. So up to you if you want to take it. Do what you do.
Johnson,
your thing.
Ben Johnson wants Xavier. I think it's Xavier Watts from Notre Dame.
But Pose wants to know what tackles are available.
Sure.
Assume he means offense.
Yeah,
it took defense tackle early.
Yeah. So he's already got a defensive tackle on the board, and Kenneth Grant. I assume he's talking about offensive tackles. So Ariante Ursary, the homie Josh Connerly, we gave a bunch of love to earlier in the day. Both are available. Marcus Bowe is available. Emory Jones, Holling Pierce, a little bit further back. Those are your tackles right around selection number 41. What are your thoughts?
You got
What's
one
next
guy. You got one guy on your staff that wants that edge rusher. Got another guy, Minister Charles, wants to get Ursary, of course. He likes Ursary. Let me see who else said something. Derek God wants to get a safety. So you got a guy that wants the edge rush. You got a guy that wants the safety.
Is Landon Jackson available?
He is indeed. So is
Your
Donovan.
next pick is at 60. Next pick is at 60. We're at 41 right now.
Yes, sir.
It's a tough
Ursary or Connerly. We're also talking about edge with Donovan Ezeraku and Landon Jackson to give you a good idea of the differences. Yep, I would go Landon Jackson. Ezeraku is 6'2", 248, but he's got.
Wait, there it is. Pick is in.
Got numbers. The pick is in. Who's he picking?
Wait for it.
You don't see it?
Okay. All right. The pick is in. The pick is in. Landon Jackson, you are a Chicago Bear.
Great pick. Ain't too many other dudes besides Damian Martinez I gush over in this draft, but he's one for sure.
He's a prototype, man. He truly is.
On the clock, at 60.
Coach wants to see the tackles again. Okay, that's exactly what I would be asking for as well. And a lot less tackles available since that last pick. So Emory Jones, Holland Pierce, Johnny Cornelius, Anthony Belton. That's more or less what you're looking at in the tackle market between here and selection 105. Guard. Dylan Fairchild, Jackson Slater, Garrett Dellinger, Luke Kandra, Miles Frazier, much further back. But here's something of interest, maybe. Offensive center, the top center is available. Jared Wilson is still on the board at 75. But if we look at all, is there anything here that jumps out?
Birch would have been a good pickup later on, too.
Who?
Talking about Jordan Birch from Oregon.
Okay.
But, yeah, let me be quiet. Let them do their thing.
Not a lot here. I mean, you got the two Ohio State running backs. You already selected a back. Tight end, if you're interested, Mason Taylor. Is there another tight end in the mix? I think Arroyo's probably available too. Yeah, Arroyo's available further back. What do you guys think here?
G wants to see the tackles one more time. It sounds like he's getting close to making a move here.
Yeah, I think he's probably going to go with maybe Holling Pierce.
Some good tackles there, man. Good tackles. Brad Williamson just busted up in this piece. What up, Brad? He says he wants Terrence Ferguson now.
Now, motherfucker.
The pick is in. The pick is in.
Alan Pierce.
Alan Pierce.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. We got to practice draft. Got to practice waiting for it for the draft.
Alan Pierce, you are a Chicago Bear. All right. So we're now at pick 72.
How many we got left?
We got a couple because he made the trade with Detroit. So so far he's selected, just to recap, selected Kenneth Grant at 28, defensive tackle, Omarion Hampton, running back at 39, Landon Jackson, edge rusher at 41, and at pick 60, Holland Pierce, offensive tackle. So they've got 72, 102, 148 left in the top 150. What do you guys want to do there, Chicago Bears staff? What are your thoughts?
So you got about how many picks is that? About 5 picks left?
Mm-hmm. There's also 233 and 240 available in the 7th round.
So
what's going on with the safeties?
Ben Johnson wants to see the safeties.
Mm-hmm. I had a feeling you would look at safeties, to be honest with you. Andrew Mukuba, Lathan Ransom, Kevin Winston Jr., Billy Bowman, Jonas Sankert a little bit further back. So that's what the safety market looks like for you.
Tight ends?
Sure. I think tight ends might be a little bit better to look at. Yeah, I would go with Aurora here. Just me. Gunnar Helm, Elijah Aurora, Terrence Ferguson, Aronde Gadsden, and Jake Brimmenstall within your top 150.
I'm just gonna throw this opinion out one time and I'll be quiet. Them tight ends ain't going.
Snap. That's fair.
Them safeties is the value right now if you want to go. If it's a choice between the two.
Or wide receiver. There's Xavier Restrepo, Tej Johnson, both pretty solid.
Sounds like Pools likes Lathan Ransom here. He's getting conference from Derek Guy, who is Ben Johnson.
All right. Let's see what Ben Johnson has to say. Lathan Ransom is on the big board.
Who picked up Eamon Ward? The Steelers?
I believe so.
Yeah, it was the Steelers.
You saw it?
Yeah, I think I saw it going by there.
No, you would have been up here. Yeah, it was the Steelers. You got it.
Hell yeah, Brad. Jalen Conyers is a shit, dude. Like, this is why I would never be desperate to get a tight end early. After I seen that something gone, like, dog, can't nobody tell me nothing about that dude. I'm on him. Everything Allen brings to the table, this dude brings to the table as well. All right. What we gonna do, y'all? What we gonna do? The pick is in. Pick is in. There you go.
Okay.
Lathan Ransom is a Chicago Bear. I'm supposed to be doing this shit on ticker, man. I'm fucking around.
Oh.
What is that? A safety, right?
Mm-hmm. So you're now at selection. I would do this. You're at selection 102. The Tennessee Titans have offered you selection 103 and pick 167 for your 6th rounder next year. Up to you guys if you want to make that trade.
Who's on the board that they're trading up for, you think?
That's a good question. Let's see if somebody specific is on the board. It could be anybody here. Kevin Winston Jr. is a pretty solid safety. Tej Johnson's a good wide receiver. Jalen Royals is a super fast wide receiver. Maybe DJ Giddens.
GM says he's taking the trade.
Oh, yeah? Okay. All right. The trade has been accepted. You're now at pick. Wow, they went with Ozzy Tapillo. That's who they selected there. Didn't see that one coming. All the same available talent is there too. And another trade is on the take. So right. 103 for pick 110 and 167 for pick 145. Not a bad maneuver either. You're trading with the New York Jets. I'll let you make your decisions on whether you want to make that trade as well.
Brad Williams just asked a hell of a question. Do we have the cap to sign all these rookies?
Ask Ryan Poles.
Well, I would think you would, since they're not, if they were like more top 10 picks or more first round picks, then that would be a question. But later back in the draft, they're not that expensive.
Getting some consultation from Marlon. He says he likes Mitchell Evans as a tight end.
Doesn't sound like they're taking this trade, so that's cool. I'll put it down. So you guys are looking at tight end. Sounds like let's zoom in.
Mr. Charles wants, yeah, he's showing you the tight ends now, Mr. Charles.
There you go. So Jake Brenningstool, Mitchell Evans, Luke Lachey, Jalen Conyers at 215. So you've got another selection here. Actually, you got two more selections here before those two guys come off the board. In the 200s, you've got, what do your picks look like, Bo?
The pick is in.
What is it? Evans at tight end.
What's his name? Mitchell Evans. Okay.
Boom. Mitchell Evans, you are a Chicago Bear. Now, if it was me, let me see if the homie's still there. He gone. So another trade offer. The Colts have offered you pick 151 for 148. They're also throwing in pick 232 to sweeten the pot. Not a bad offering to move back 3 spots here. Let's see if there's somebody specific that they're looking at. Maybe Jamari Caldwell. You've already got a DT.
Mr. Charles wants to look at 3 tech.
Okay.
Marlon Johnson wants to go guard a center. Cornelius Squall says not good. Cornelius Squall seen that Jalen Kanye film, and he's just like, that's why he's pounding the table for him. Boy, that dude's film is unmistakable.
So I have to agree with Corny Squalls. I would have went with Savion Williams right there with that previous selection and went with Conyers, maybe with this selection here. But to each his own. The good minister's doing the darn thing.
Jordan Phillips is a 3 tech. He's a nose tackle. He's either one you want him to be.
Yeah. I'm just going through so you can see. 6'1", 312.
Who?
Jordan Phillips.
Hell no, that's the wrong Jordan Phillips.
How many Jordan Phillipses are there in this draft?
He's 6'1", 312.
That's what it says here.
Yeah, that's not quite right.
Bigger or smaller?
Oh, he's bigger than that. But we'll take that for what it's worth.
Jamari Caldwell, 6'2", 332.
GM wants the Indy trade.
Yeah, take the trade.
We're gonna have about 40 goddamn. Hi, man.
Well, there's a nice one.
That's not bad either. You move back 1 spot, you pull your pick 240 down 22 spots. I'll leave that up to you.
Marlon likes Luke Kandra here. He's a guard center from Cincinnati. The pick is in. Nope. He's
Take
right.
it. Take the trade. The second trade offered.
Wait, Cumin, how many picks we got now?
It's not a lot. It just sort of moved these picks
Up a little bit.
Pick is in Luke Kandra from Cincinnati.
Okay, where the hell is Luke Kandra?
He's going to be probably on the guard.
Okay. There he is. Luke Kandra, you are a Chicago Bear. We're now looking at pick 167. I will go back to all.
BPA.
RJ Harvey, Sebastian Castro. And is there anything you haven't touched? Wide receiver you haven't touched? Linebacker you haven't touched? Rocket Sanders is right there. Rashard Smith.
Mr. Charles wants to know what we got left.
So you've got 67, 218, 232, and 233.
All right. And Marlon Johnson got his, he wants a receiver here. I think this is a good time to get one.
Not crazy.
Or
Jalen Lane, McNash, Ricky White. I've heard people loving off Ricky White.
He's tough. Caden Prather is a beast. Kobe Hudson's a beast. Juice Wells is nice. Jimmy Horn. There's some great receivers right there. What kind of receiver do you want? Do you guys want a slot or do you want an X or a Z?
And they want to see linebackers while they're putting the receiver type that you would prefer. Throw that in the chat. What y'all looking for? Let Minister Poles know. See what I did there? What kind of receiver y'all want, or which receiver?
What about Caden Prather? Any thoughts on that?
Tough, super duper tough. They probably had the best receiver duo. It's him and what's his name? Every time we get into the show, I forget his name. His name is Ty something. Ty something. I can't think, but they got the best 1-2 combo in the country. Both of them are dogs.
The only reason I'm bringing up Kalen Prather is
that's his name, Ty Felton.
Ty Felton. Kalen Prather is 6'3", 204. He gives you something a little bit different at wide receiver with that height.
He's bigger. He's an X or a Z.
Yeah.
If you want a pure slot receiver, probably the best one right off the top is probably Ricky White.
Got to be Ricky White. So there you go. Those are the two little suggestions I have. Either Ricky or
Thornton there is Deontay Thornton, whatever his name is. Go down the list a little bit. He's probably gone by now.
Yeah.
Oh, KLS is there. Holy shit.
Oh, KLS is listed super late. They can get him with pick 230 if they wanted to.
Mr. Charles says he's like Nash or Prather. My question to y'all is, what are y'all trying to get? You trying to get an X receiver, a Z receiver, or are you trying to get a slot receiver? Because there's a difference in this group here.
Let's see. What is this? FYI from How We Are Bears. After round 2, all rookie salaries are between $800K and $1 million.
Stack it up.
Yeah, so round number 1 and number 2, those are your expensive contracts, and there's one guy in each of those. So yeah, that should be quite affordable.
So Coach Allen likes Kobe Hudson from Central Florida. He's a dog too. I just put him on last week. This is a tough one right here because you going for a certain type of receiver or what? Cornelius wants that linebacker.
He's coming. Like I'm telling you, if you're talking Nick Martin, you can get Nick Martin probably with 218 or 232.
Well, let's see. Now you got Hudson, Pat Bryant, Jalen Lane.
The pick is in.
Quint Allen can play anywhere.
The pick is in. Kobe Hudson from Central Florida.
Okay.
All right. I ain't mad at that.
Okay, you're looking at pick number 218 now. What are your thoughts, gentlemen? What do you want to do with this selection?
What's BPA looking like?
That's back where
Oh,
I'm at.
there's your boy right there.
Who,
Left
Devin
tackle,
Neal?
Vincent.
Oh,
HBC, Alabama A&M.
Yeah, Carson Vincent is right there. Devin Neal is right there.
He's talking to, I like it, Mr. Charles. He's talking to his head coach, making sure he's getting his head coach's needs met right here.
Holla, 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 holla.
Phil Malfa's a little bit further back.
Squalls is pounding the table for Nick Martin if he's available. I think they're looking linebacker, man. So pull up linebacker. I think that's what the consensus looks like. So far, anyway.
So Kobe King, Colin Oliver, Cody Simon, Kareem Reed, Jackson Woodard, Aaron Smith, Tamarion Wilson. Uh-oh. I think Nick went. I think Nick is gone. Nick is gone, y'all.
They let Nick go, man. They let Nick get out of here. Well, who got him?
Let's find out.
He had to go.
The boy Jalen Conyers just a minute ago, too.
He had to go in the last few picks. There
So
he is.
Nick Martin.
09.
Went down there with Harbaugh. He likes his linebackers. He likes them tough and physical.
So where the hell were we last? 218? Oh, he been gone for a minute then.
To be honest with you, if it's me, I'm looking at edge again, D tackle, or O line.
I think linebacker is still the right move here.
Not yet. I think some good ones down there a little bit later. You can wait till the very end to get one of those and get a good one too.
You're probably right there. So you're saying edge. What are these gentlemen saying? Any
Tyler Beatty is perfect. Elijah Williams is perfect. Johnny Walker, oh my God. Baron Soul is still there? Are you kidding? There's some dudes there. Jacine Davis.
The pick is in.
The pick is in. Who is it?
Well, he's playing the thing.
Carson Vincent? Is it Carson Vincent?
Carson Vincent.
Offensive line. Nice.
You are a Chicago Bear.
I
So
like
now
it.
you got back-to-back picks, 232 and 233, which kind of means you can do whatever you want here. I'll jump off this this offensive tackle and go back to best player available. Let me know what direction you guys are thinking. I think you need a linebacker. Outside of that, I think you've addressed every requirement you might possibly have.
This is you stacking up now, man. You get a good place to. Also, how many picks you got left? A couple of picks.
Oh, you know what you didn't do? You didn't do offensive center. And big homie Eli Cox is available.
You don't have to in this draft because you got a 26-year-old, 27-year-old.
Who? Stromberg?
No, you got Stromberg plus you got Dahlman. He's a young boy. He's only 26, 27 years old.
That's true. You don't necessarily have to touch that position at all. You're right.
You can thicken up at guard. You can also get another receiver. You know.
Let's see how we misspoke earlier. All of round 3 picks are 1.1 million, then the rest are 800K to 1 million.
I bet you the D tackles are nice here in this part of the draft. I bet you there's some nice D tackles still there. Some real nice ones. Holy shit. Nas Stackhouse, Y.A. Black, Warren Brinson, Aiden Huntington is nice too. Cam Horse. These are nice. This is a value. Just, oh my God, there's some good dudes here. Some real good dudes. How many edges did we get? We only got one edge?
Yeah.
Maybe the pick is in.
Pick is in.
That's linebacker Kobe King, I believe. That is a linebacker, right? That is, yeah, linebacker.
It is. Kobe King is now a Chicago Bear. Your final selection in the draft, round 7, pick 233. What it do,
Look
y'all?
at edge. check out the edges.
Sure you don't want a 3-tech? Throw that out there
Hey,
now.
and not asking me. Hey, Coach Minister Poles.
Mr. Pulse.
When this is done, Trip, if you want to, just to have a little quick one in there, man, you can get you one in if you want.
It's a good idea.
Yeah, I'll get some sloppy seconds on it.
All right.
All right. So Marlon already got his. He says he want to look at the edge. Tyler Beatty is perfect. Johnny Walker is perfect.
Oh,
I got to look at Elijah Williams a little bit more on Morgan State. Minister Charles wants to see the D tackles one more time. Jalen Travis, he says, Howie R. Bear says, FYI, last OT, Jalen Travis is about 330 pounds with a 34-inch vert. If they didn't already get Carson Vincent, I'd be slapping the table for him.
holy smokes. 333 with a 34-inch vertical?
I told, man, I did. That's one of the first guys I previewed was Jalen Travis out of Iowa State. He's a beast. Big Al says he wants to look at Walker. Johnny Walker, I think is who he's talking about. The pick is in. Tyler Batty from BYU.
Okay. Where the hell is he? On the edge?
Edge.
Alrighty.
We got this is a nice ass looking draft right here.
Ain't nothing wrong with this situation. Let's run it down. So, Minister Charles, even though you couldn't get in here, you're here, and you did the damn draft anyhow. And shout outs to your staff. Your staff did a great job of keeping you in line and helping you run the show. Run a tight ship. And here we go. At selection number 29, after a trade with the Detroit Lions, Minister Charles selects, or Minister Pohl selects, Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle, Michigan. At pick 39, Omarion Hampton, running back, North Carolina, follows up. Following that, edge rusher, Landon Jackson. Next pick at selection number 60, Holland Pierce, offensive tackle. 72, Lathan Ransom, safety. At pick 103, you got yourself Mitchell Evans, tight end, Notre Dame. Luke Kandra, offensive guard, Cincinnati, at selection 152. At 167, Kobe Hudson, wide receiver. Following that, you at pick 218, you got yourself some Carson Vincent love, offensive tackle, Alabama A&M. Moving right along to pick 232, Kobe King, linebacker, Penn State. Final selection in the draft at 233, Tyler Batty, edge rusher, BYU. You also scored a 2026 second rounder and a fifth rounder from the Detroit Lions. So officially, the Detroit media is going to hate you. I'll put that out there right now. They're going to be super mad because you got their second rounder and their fifth rounder and their coach. They also got Antoine Randall. So you got a whole bunch of Detroit things going on. And this draft is dope. There ain't nothing wrong with this draft at all.
So you got Howie R. Bears wanted you to look at the defensive tackle, Vernon Broughton. That's Vernon Broughton, I think from, I want to say Tennessee. Yeah, I think he's from there. The defense.
Tennessee.
Lord, I can't just help my way.
Too funny. All right.
Shout out Speech and Arrested Development.
I hate we missed Jalen Conyers and Nick Martin. I would have loved to have had them on pinpointed for sure. Well said, Corny. Well said, Corny. We'll see if we can score them on the next.
All right.
Let's get it cracking. We're gonna hold on to that.
Minister Charles, I'm gonna download this puppy for you and save it for a rainy day. It's well done, community. Well done, chat. I thought it was like I say, I think this is a fantastic draft. If Pulse can whip it up, man, you got to whip it up a little bit, get a couple extra picks. He can do something very similar, and I think this would go a long way with respect to depth. All right. All that being said, let's go Triple R. Let's see what you got.
Is on the clock.
Now, looking at how these drafts are going, and as we've gotten more knowledge and education on the later round prospects, and how many of these drafts, the first pick is not until 28. Yeah, okay. I'm feeling confident. Let's rock it.
All right.
Let's rock it, Shaka Khan. I feel for you. I think I love you.
Let me rock it. Let me rock it. Let me rock it, Shaka Khan.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Pick 17 and 49 for 10. That's it?
Real talk. Do it. What are you talking about? That's it.
I mean, are there offers?
Do it again. That's the only offer that you're being offered at this present time, which I find a little bit odd. But
yeah, take it then. I was thinking that there was, a plethora of offers to choose from.
They heard about
I was mistaken.
They heard about the Bengals offer and hung that motherfucker up.
Yeah, they decided
that's a good ass trade.
Can't even compete with this trade. This trade is a dope ass trade. So we're gonna see and watch Aston. Oh, he didn't fall. I was like, if he falls to 17, you'd be a madman not to do it. But here we go. Couple more.
Welcome in, Levante, and everybody else. Big Al, all you guys that just bust up in here, man. Welcome back in.
Yeah, no, I don't like that one. That's too much future stuff. I want this year's stuff. 17, 148. What's the next one after Washington? Yeah. Oh, for fuck's sake. Go back.
Yeah, this one's a little bit too far. This one ain't bad. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, because you're giving that 148, but you're getting like that sweet spot more.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me that one. That commies.
All right.
Every time I see Big Al, I think of South Park.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. You don't play that until he's making a pick, do you?
Well, technically you can, because it's not a pick, but usually those are announced with the trades. So yeah. See, ooh, that's a nice one right there. What's the next?
One's crazy for one to move one spot.
Yeah, that's way too far back for that. No, that's future stuff. Take that.
Oh, you know what's going on here, though. Look at the board, though. So what's happened now is that pick 29, both James Pierce Jr. and Nick Amwari have dropped.
So well, here's the thing, though, because of the trade offers for one spot back, right? So I got I'm on
one of these two guys.
Take
the trade.
Yeah, give me that then.
Oh, oops, hold on.
And I was talking about them. Get those trades off the screen. We don't need no more of that right now.
Are you sure this one's crazy too? But all right, hold on.
Yeah, what's the next one? We'll just no thanks. All right, shit, we spoken into existence. We're gonna take Imawari.
I had a feeling.
Love it.
Nick Amawari, you are a Chicago Bear. I think this thing's gonna start out real nice. I did not expect to see either one of those players.
Yeah, reject.
Selecting. So
reject.
FGB.
FGB. Let's see. We like Grant as a tackle, don't we?
If you're asking me, I like both of these dudes. I think Tyleek is amazing, but he's
Tyleek is the better of the two right now. He's ready. He's an NFL D tackle ready right now. Kenneth Grant's got some big upside, but Tyleek is the better, probably the best D tackle in the draft all around.
Like I said, a lot of people love themselves some Kenneth Grant. I personally lean towards Tyleek if you're asking.
And now would Coach Allen, would he like Williams or Grant?
I would say Grant. I mean Tyleek Williams. Tyleek Williams.
Yeah.
And where are we at?
We are now
39?
at pick number 39.
Yeah, let's go with Williams.
All right.
Grant Williams, give it a name, half a dozen in one hand, six up your ass, whichever.
Tyler Williams, you are a Chicago Bear.
All right. No, thank you.
Big Al like Scatterbo.
Yeah, no on that trade.
Chat was heavily Kenneth Grant, but he asked me, so I had to give him the truth.
It's my answer too, chat.
All right. Best available.
That's where you're at. That's where you're at. So you're looking at Donovan Azaruko.
Hey, Grant's still there. I could double down on it. Oh, suki now.
Now that's a real Ryan Poles moves right there. That's what that would be.
And we're gonna do that. Give me that Grant.
Oh, word, really? You sure? Yeah.
The pick is in, motherfuckers. Okay, now show us running backs. Running back.
Ooh. Oh. All right.
No, available running backs.
Yeah, I just wanted to see who was still on the board. Quinshawn Judkins, Travion Henderson, Caleb Johnson, DJ Giddens, Cam Scatterbo.
All right, you can stop there. What's best available?
Caleb Johnson.
No, I mean all best available.
Sure.
All right, well, linebacker, tackle. Where's our next pick? 61?
61. Yeah, okay. I can dig it.
All right, let's get a little Savanea.
All right.
Ooh. That's what's
okay. Some Polynesian love. The pick is in. Jonas Savanea.
All right, now show running backs again.
I shall. Caleb Johnson is still on the board.
Wait, yeah, just show. Wait, that's an interesting pick offer right there. What's the next one?
Not quite as interesting, but this one was actually interesting. Thoughts?
All right, what's best available?
Real talk, you're gonna miss out on your running backs here. So,
all right, yeah, let's go ahead and get Caleb. Wait, we're liking Caleb Johnson, right? Kids, Nomad, we like Caleb Johnson, right?
Not me.
Yeah, like it's funny you're asking this question. So, out of all the running backs,
go to running backs.
Are you trying to get that thumper?
Well, no, just go to running backs real quick. Let's see.
Yeah, if it was me,
I'm Damian Martinez all damn day.
He's Damian Martinez way back here. I don't really like Caleb Johnson. I'm just gonna say the God honest truth. I like Travion much better. That's just me. So.
And how do we like? We don't like Henderson. There, chat.
I love Henderson. He's yeah.
All right, go to best available for all. All right, so we doubled down at D tackle. We still could use an edge. How do we like Princely? Chat. Princely versus Caleb Johnson here.
Look at some stuff.
See, I'm getting a lot of Hendo love. Caleb is the pick. Henderson. Then I got a nope. That's just a general nope. All right. When's our next pick? 72.
Mm-hmm.
So either here, no Princely, no on Princely, or no take Princely. No Princely.
They don't want him.
Don't like Princely. All right. Edge wise. Ooh, where's Gelati projected?
88. So you can probably get him.
Right. Go back to linebacker since we're here.
I don't know.
Yeah, keep scrolling a little bit. Yeah, I don't know none of these dudes.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there's good players there, but nothing that we need now. That we took offensive show wide receivers.
Sure.
We took offensive tackle already. We can show up the trenches in a little bit. Bond, Higgins, Noel, Restapo. Show me your papers. Keep scrolling. All right, best available. So what do we did we settle on? Are we taking the edge or the running back here?
Yeah, I
See,
see.
looking at the edge class, who's left in the edges?
That's where your money's at right now.
This is it, right? Like, there's no, you kind of missed out on all the good edges by doubling down on DT.
No, you didn't. You still got some really good edges in there.
Who's good besides Princely here, bro? And I'm gonna go back.
Who's on the edge?
I will tell you.
Let's go.
Let's go. Ashton Geloti, perfect.
Yeah, I was looking at Geloti myself.
Let me see. Jordan Birch, perfect. Go down a little bit more. David Walker's a beast.
Okay, all right. We can stop there. Go to running back because we can revisit edge later on in subsequent picks because we know that there's depth there and namely a few players. So looking here at the running back situation, Johnson, we decided we didn't like. Henderson is the better blocker and all around guy. Giddens, but you can go later and get your Martinez's or your Tutons. All right, so yeah, so best value. What do you think right here? All kids, what would you go with there? Your counsel.
So the word value is probably Caleb Johnson because he's dropped as far as he's dropped. Facts of the matter is, Travion Henderson is a better running back across the board.
All right, go back to all though. All. Yeah, all. All right, what do you think, no, Matt? Where do you see here is the best value or pick?
Edge.
Edge. All right, so best value wise is Henderson because he's 53, but Edge is still a value here at 61. The bigger value would be the running back, but there's better running backs later, and like the Martinez kid, there's better depth at edge later. Oh my God, this is so not easy. Johnson is injury prone.
This might be you already got your safety. You already got 2 D tackles. Did you get an offensive tackle yet?
Yeah, that was the last pick, wasn't it?
Who did you get?
Oh, look at my pick sketch.
What did you say? D tackle?
Offensive tackle. I took the Savanea.
Jonah.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, so best avail. Oh, what's tight ends looking like? And who's this Johnson? I don't want no injury prone dudes.
So you got peanut butter skin.
Arroyo is all right. Yeah, let's go with Princely.
Okay.
The pick is in. Yeah, we're good. Ain't no need to delay it.
You got quite a few in the chat that was banging the
table. You are a Chicago Bear.
All right, and there's Levante said didn't need to double down at DT. I'm not Pickens. Yeah, no. All right, so San Fran 75 and 252 to move down 3 spots. That's
so let me just do you a favor before anything happens. My goodness,
Johnson's still there.
So at this point, you just take Caleb Johnson.
Skylark wants to know how many picks you got.
So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. He got 4 picks left, but they're in really interesting places. So 72, 109, 128, and 233, plus a Washington 3rd rounder.
All right, what show running backs?
Let's look at RBs,
because somebody mentioned about the injury proneness of a Johnson.
Come on, Caleb Johnson.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I'm unqualified to tell you that. I ain't gonna even lie to you.
Keep scroll down there in those running backs, slow something.
So Giddens, Scatterbo, Tootin.
Do we know that? How big is Martinez size wise?
6 foot.
Martinez. Remember that one? No, Uncle Luke.
This ain't right.
Chico Fernandez.
Boy, that's a bit of foot, 232 pounds, man.
All right, so All right, take a look at Tootin and Sampson.
Mr. Smiley Face. So here's Bracial Tootin.
206, so he's smaller. No, okay. All right, how big is the other guy, Sampson? See, I don't like Johnson there.
So the reason that folks are saying he might be injury prone is because he's got a lot of mileage. He's been doing the darn thing for 4 solid years, and he's put up really good numbers over the course of those years, being the lead 3 down back. So a lot of mileage on his legs.
All right, so what? Show the running back room overall right there. And where are we picking? And where's our next pick?
So next pick is at. So we're at pick 72. Next pick is at 109. There's your running back room. I'll say we'll start from 170. Brashad Smith, Rocket Sanders, Kyle Monangai, RJ Harvey, Dylan Sampson, Ollie Gordon, Damian Martinez, Bracial Tootin, Cameron Scadabo, DJ Giddens, and Caleb Johnson is fallen.
Who's Maffa?
Howie, we already got Princely. We already got Princely. Howie.
Yeah, click on him. Phil Maffa.
Phil Maffa.
6 feet, 234, nice size.
He's a beast. He's a thunder. A la Derrick Henry is what they're giving him. I wish I could argue with that. But again, you can get this guy, Phil Maffa, 229. You can get him probably with your 233. But
now looking at Phil Maffa, looking at this room to have your what do you call that? Thunder? Who's the Thunder here?
Your Thunder is actually Caleb Johnson.
Shit. Damian Martinez.
6'1", 224. Or Damian Martinez. But it's Caleb Johnson.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Take Caleb Johnson. Let's go. I'm trying to be here all night. Oh, it's not something to, just discount right there. All right, 109. All best available, or what do you call it? All.
I got you. Boom. Holy smokes. Lathan Ransom has dropped pick 80, pick 109. Mind you did already select the tippy top safety in the game. So I wouldn't, it's tough to look at. But the
wide receivers?
I was just going to say the homie Williams should probably be around here. Let's see. No.
Ooh, God. It all depends on what you want, what kind of receiver you want.
Who's our slot guys here?
We got 2 guys on a 1-year deal.
No, I mean here on the board.
Oh,
Tort. No, let me slide down a little bit. The pure slots, Kyle Williams, number 1.
5'10", 190.
He already been in here. They visited with him already.
All right, scroll down a little bit. Keep scrolling. And all right, that's far enough. All right, what's tight end looking like?
There's Mitchell Evans, Jalen Conyers. You got a couple of guys to look at there, but just one moment.
All right, so right now who's Thornton Jr.?
A bad motherfucker.
Is that a tight end or a wide receiver?
He's a receiver.
All right, well, we'll check him out when Kids gets back.
Now he's going to be a X or a Z.
Right.
He could probably get you some slot, but he's more X than Z.
But you see, I'm not mad at working DJ Moore out of the slot personally. Can we take a look at Thornton there, Kids?
Dante Thornton. Holy crap. 6'4", 205. Vertical with elite speed. Tennessee. What do you think, Nomad?
Is he a dog?
That motherfucker's like having Jameson Williams, a big Jameson Williams.
Give us Thornton then. We're taking him.
All right.
As long as he don't come with no gun charges and no shit like that. No gambling in the locker room.
I don't know. He's from Tennessee. They wild in the SEC.
Velas from and he was killing ferrets or some shit.
Who's killing ferrets?
Wasn't it Velas was eating ferrets?
Oh, no.
Wasn't eating ferrets, man. He had a pet.
It's not alive on YouTube, man.
He was eating. Sorry, my bad. I'm never gonna say that. By the way, I'll just refrain from using the K word as much.
Well, I don't see how that is a thing because like when you look at Call of Duty or Battlefield videos and it's like they unalive somebody, they say it all the time and they're monetized, so I don't get it.
Really?
But yeah, I mean it's it's like now I got to respawn because I just got unalived.
I just don't like having my speech policed is all. But
I don't like the shit either.
All right, we're pick number 128, all best available.
Boom. All big Aussies there that they traded up for last time around. You can do some Damian Martinez damage here if you wanted to.
What's a tight end looking like?
Yeah, that's actually the real question. That's the real question. Jalen Carter should still be on the board. He is.
That's what Levante want to know. Tight end, running back.
He is. Mitchell Evans.
The baddest dude on this board is Jalen Conyers.
All right, we'll take him. No need to. And then now the last pick at 233. What's the best value out of all?
Damian. But you already got Caleb Johnson.
That's all right. It don't matter. Well, you can double up.
Did you get Dennis Allen, a linebacker?
I don't. Did we?
So,
I don't remember offhand. What did we?
There's a big homie, Nick Martin. He's available this time around.
Ooh. All right, take him. Now we got him a linebacker. There we go.
solid as shit.
Nick Martin, you are a Chicago Bear.
That's gonna be a good looking draft when I can't wait till you pull this up. Cornelius says, "Thank you, Trips. Thank you."
I'm a man of the people. I'm a a merciful and loving Trips.
Hey, Cornelius has seen that tape. You know what that guy gonna bring to the table. Look at that.
Yeah, this is a pretty crazy draft for all intents and purposes. I would have done one thing differently, but it's a pretty crazy draft. So going through, starting at pick 30 after a multitude of trades, whirlwind trades, Nick Emenwari is a Chicago Bear, safety, South Carolina at pick number 30. At 39, Triple R selects Tyleik Williams, who's a beast on the line, defensive tackle from Ohio State. Next up, another defensive tackle. Triple R doubles down at pick 41 and selects Kenneth Grant. Move over Grady Jarrett, yo. Like with those.
No. Well, yeah, move over him. But just think of that rotation now, bro.
Oh, it's a crazy rotation you got going on, and we're not going to be caught slipping when somebody gets injured. Things will keep on keeping on. So I'm with it. Very interesting, mind you. I would have taken the edge rusher here. Either way, it's an interesting move.
Change.
I love both of these players, like straight up. At pick 49, he got himself an offensive tackle, being Jonas Savainea from Arizona. 61, you've got Princely Uman
Mielen.
What he said. At edge rusher, that's our guy Princely. He's going to be working out right alongside on the other side of Montez Sweat and or in rotation. At 72, you got Caleb Johnson, running back, Iowa. There's your Thunder. At 109, Dante Thornton, Wide receiver, Tennessee. At 128, Jalen Conyers. Tight end, Texas Tech. And rounding things out at pick 233, Nick Martin, linebacker, Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I can see where it's like double down at defensive tackle after Poles doubled down before with Big Dex and Pickens, but Pickens ain't showed shit, and so we need another defensive tackle even if Pickens was here. So I'm bringing one of these guys in for that, and Grant is going to push Pickens, and I'm thinking Pickens is going to get pushed out because like I say again, I reiterate, Pickens ain't showed shit. So with that, that's double down with that defensive line. We good. We address so much of offensive line and free agency. We bring in a tackle who can, if I'm mistaken, kids at Savanea can push Braxton Jones for that starting left tackle spot, right?
He can play. He can play tackle. He can play guard.
Right. Well, theoretically, our interior O line, theoretically, the only spot really left open is and question mark is left tackle. So if we're counting on Tooney, Dahlman, Jackson, and Darnell Wright for those four positions to solidify that line, it's going to be Savanea or Braxton Jones or Amagaji or any UDFA. So that was a logic behind Savanea.
Great draft, man. And I can't be really mad at anything. I'm not here to tell Trips what to do. If he asks, I'll say something. He can't. I can't be mad at any of these picks, really. You know what I mean? None of them. You got the interior. You got Tylee Williams, Kenneth Grant, Javon Dexter, Grady Jarrett. Like, dog, that's a ferocious defensive front. You talking about? Derek Guy says Dennis Allen somewhere chilling with his feet up with a cigar in his mouth.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. And now the debatable pick would have been a running back, yes, but which running back? Do you is Caleb Johnson injury prone? Will he be less productive than another guy picked there? But running back was the positional pick.
One thing I don't like about Caleb Johnson is his lateral agility, moving, juking left, right. I just didn't see enough of it. Damian Martinez is the whole package to me. I watched enough of both of their tapes, and I'm telling you, that's going to be wherever he gets drafted. Somebody, if you feature that motherfucker and feed him, he just gets stronger and stronger and stronger as the game goes on. At the end of the games, guys are getting tired. You want to see how good a back or a defensive lineman is. Watch them motherfuckers in the fourth quarter. That's all you got to do. Is turn on the fourth quarter of the game and see if he's got that same energy he had in the first. That's all you got to do. If you want to see the difference between them, go to the fourth quarter.
Pretty crazy. Yeah. Like I say, I would have got the edge rusher at 41, which means I could have picked a running back at 61. So that's a difference. That's what I would have done. And or like maybe I would have got, like, just to switch things up again, maybe I would have done the offensive tackle at 41 and then the edge rusher. So you got some breathing room there. But either way, like, I really like this draft. You covered all the required bases.
Well, let me ask you this, kids, before you go to that total wrap up. What do you think about drafting a ex receiver like Thornton and letting Odunze or one of the free agents that we signed in OZ or working DJ Moore from the slot as opposed to drafting a slot guy?
So here's the real answer I'm going to give you. I have no problems with this because at some point, eventually the idea of moving off of DJ Moore will eventually be in discussion, right? So if you can draft and develop a guy for the outside, the requirement for DJ Moore lessens. I'll also say that he's probably a lot more valuable to this team in a slot capacity.
Can I answer Skylark real quick? Skylark, if you want to play GM, so what we've been doing thus far is rewarding the people who grab memberships to the channel and letting them have some say so on who gets drafted, giving them roles. So if you want to help, if you want to take that role, just grab your membership, go to the YouTube channel and grab a membership. And that's how we select all the people that take roles. If you want to be Ryan Poles, the first person in here in the chat is usually who we pick, whoever's a super maniac, and you can run it. We'll be glad to have you in and you can run the show.
And to finish out this draft with a couple more questions of why I picked and your thoughts on it, kids, and Nomad, and marinate on it, No Maniacs. Conyer is at tight end. We've seen Komet be a weapon, but not be used as a weapon. Do we think he can be more of a weapon, or do we need to bring in more of a guy who can be athletic out there and more of a receiver type tight end?
I think they need to weaponize that position and get more multiple and versatile at the position. Like Cole Kmet is a solid NFL tight end. He's somewhere in the C, B+ range, but he's limited. What I mean by that? Like you can't block, number one, and his hands are here and they're there. That's number two. But there's guys in this draft that can really help you weaponize the position. I've been banging the table about Jalen Conyers for about a month now, and he's one of those guys, along with Allen from Penn State, that they got quarterback in their background. Jalen Conyers has got running back. He's done it all, man. Like this dude can. You talking about jet sweeps with your tight end, be able to throw the ball down the field. This is things that you can do with him, and so it just helps your offense get a little bit more versatile. That's why I think Cole Kmet in this draft with those two tight ends in particular there. He's a little bit suspect, moving forward.
Who's the homie from New Orleans? Their tight end.
Oh shit! I know the dude. I remember when he got drafted.
That's who Conyers reminds me of a little bit, man. Chad, help me.
Tyler Warren. I'm talking about Tyler Warren and Jalen Conyers.
So are you saying Tyler Warren at 10? Yo, Levante, don't be surprised though. Like since we're back there, don't be, huh?
I seriously doubt that.
I would not. If Gentry's off the board and they don't wish to trade back, I would not be surprised. Again, the other selection.
Jawan Jackson.
Levante just helped you out. You talking about Jawan Johnson?
No, that's not what I'm talking about.
That's the most recent draft pick.
Not the draft pick. The other one. The quarterback who plays tight end.
Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
All right, so tight end is an upgradable position that we should not be shocked if it does get upgraded. Now, linebacker, the final pick I took here. What do we think about Dennis Allen doing a little linebacker core readjustment and maybe switching Edmonds to like a weak side and putting TJ Edwards in the middle? Would Martin be able to displace either of those and maybe get out of Edmonds' contract next year?
So they can get out of Edmonds' contract next year because it's soft next year. So I'll just put that out there. This year it's not soft. Next year it is. There's a potential out. That being said, I would not. Just me, I wouldn't be looking to move him anywhere but mid. Like that's kind of where he has to stay. He's got that length to get into passing lanes. Like there's some value to having him there. Same token, like TJ just doesn't have that kind of. He doesn't offer that. TJ offers something completely different, and that is sideline to sideline speed and instincts. So I would keep TJ where he is, but eventually, Edmonds may wind up off this team next year if he doesn't have a boom year this year.
I know this when the installation of this different kind of defense that's not so zone base oriented, like whatever you saw, whatever you didn't like about some of these players, especially the linebackers, it's going to be instantly different because they're going to be shooting gaps, blitzing, and doing all kinds of just getting downfield and attacking the offense more than sitting back in the zone and playing all passive. And it's like the defense they were playing and kind of exposed, especially as some of the pieces came up missing. You got to get guys along the front getting hurt. They wasn't getting pressure on the quarterback. And so everybody on the backside of that, the linebackers, the safeties, the corners, everybody suffers because they ain't getting home and getting no pressure on the quarterback. And so everybody looks like a dick. I almost said the wrong thing. They look bad. And so we'll see what happens when this defense gets a little bit more aggressive and these linebackers take on a different kind of personality in that defense.
So I have to ask the obvious question. Is that actually Tremaine Edmonds' game?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not so sure it is. I don't know.
His game is speed and size. And so when you use that to your advantage, you're using him to blitz A gap, B gap, and you're sending him on, just using him in an aggressive way. Anytime you got him moving forward and the quarterback sees him, he's in the passing, he's in the eyes of the quarterback, and that's a problem. You got a big 6'5" guy, and he's long. That's always going to be a problem. And so it depends on how, and he's big enough to carry a tight end. And so they're going to be doing a lot of cover 1, cover 0. So you'll see a whole lot of that going on. He's a good coverage linebacker.
All right. That's what I need to see out of him this time around, but we'll see. No, man, you want to run amok or what?
No, man.
We got to get out of here.
You sure?
We got to get the Triple R up out of here, man. He got shit to do. We said that we had a little timeline, remember?
All right.
So, but the interesting thing about these mocks, now we're down to pick 233, and we're looking at Martin and 128 Conyers. The education on these prospects, as we get past the first 2-3 rounds, is just getting incredible at the work, the film, the just possibilities that are happening later on down here in the draft. I mean, if you look at something like what do you think the ceiling for Deontay Thornton could be, Nomad?
In this kind of offense, and that dude could average, given the pieces that are around him, he gets you 400 or 500 yards in a season with about 40 touches. That's exactly what you're looking for. Let's say about 6-7 touchdowns. And that's just in this offense until, it starts to, guys start to graduate out and, then he becomes more of an option. Then he's got unlimited capabilities, man. He's supposed to be waiting to happen.
All right, let me ask you this, Cats. What do you think Ben Johnson, the crazy technician that he is on the offensive scheme-wise, could have Jalen Conyers doing in his offense?
Well, he's a height mismatch, right? At 6'3", he's a pretty tall ass receiver. Oh, sorry, wrong guy.
But like you were saying that he used to play so many different positions, right?
Yeah, he's more 6'4", 265, and he came to school. He was a quarterback when he came to school.
So, I mean, how many passes is would that tight end be throwing under Ben Johnson, you think?
Conyers?
Yeah. On the play designs, how, they had Sewell out there throwing passes. So what do you think he would do with actual quarterback from a position?
Oh, yeah.
If you have guys with that kind of experience, you can be creative. And what we do know is that guy is a creative MF at the end of the day. He will suss that information out. Oh, you're a former quarterback? Okay, cool. So if I did this with you, would you be comfortable with it? We're gonna practice that on Thursday. You know what I mean? Like he's that kind of dude.
And let me throw this in. He plays a lot. He played a lot of Wildcat quarterback at Texas Tech too. So he can run the ball. He's really good at locating the hole and really surging. And you talking about some of the stuff I've seen Dennis Allen do, those shovel passes off of a jet sweep. He's going right across the quarterback's face. He just tosses it to him, and boom, double reverses. It's just so many different things you can do with a guy like that has that skill set. It's crazy.
What can Dennis Allen do with a player like Nick Martin?
Dennis Allen, he's going to be blitzing the shit out of him. That's what he's going to do. Blitzing the shit out of him, not having him play passive, and he's a sideline to sideline guy, and he's a great tackler, great finisher. He plays with all that passion. He'll be like Roquan Smith was to the defense. He's the engine. You know what I mean? But they'll definitely let him get upfield and attack. He goes from 0 to 10 really fast, A to B really, really fast. And so he will help definitely weaponize that defensive, the second part of the defense for sure.
Yeah, and that's what they need without Jack Sanborn, and likely with Eamon Ogbongbemiga stepping into the Sanborn role, get a little bit more depth there. You know, you have Noah Sewell in the mix as well, so one more body at the linebacker position should be very helpful, at least in my mind, especially if he's bringing speed to the table. Because good Lord, TJ Edwards, he brings it to the table, man.
So all that said, with seeing how the depth in this draft at many different position groups is, including running back, trading back from 10 wouldn't be the most horrible thing in the world.
No, I think it's probably the best thing you can do, to be honest with you. Get a little bit more capital in the top 150 and go to town. You get one of those killer running backs a little bit further back, as opposed to Asher Genty up front, or again one of those killer defensive tackles in the second, one of those edge rushers in the second, one of those offensive tackles in the second. You have some real room to move and do some damage. But at the same time, like I'm saying, the way he set things up, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears drafted Tyler Warren, my guy Levante Rogers. I wouldn't be surprised. It would work.
What, fellas? If you put true serum in me, this is where I think the first 2 picks is going to go, and I feel strongly about it too. They're gonna end up getting who I think they're gonna probably end up getting Mykel Williams with the 10th pick from Georgia, edge rusher. And then the next pick is going to be a tackle. That's probably going to be Josh Connolly or whoever they think the best tackle is after, Will Campbell. So it might be another tackle or 2 that comes off the board, and consistently you'll see Josh Connolly there at our pick, which is what again, kids? It's the second pick if they stayed at 10.
39.
Let's do a real thought experiment on it. Just restart on the draft there, kids. And just walk out what Nomad is saying verbally there. So, Mike, you said Michael Williams at 10.
Mykel Williams at 10.
Mykel.
Or somebody at the next one.
All right. Take Michael Williams. Is he there at 10?
Hold on. Let's kind of screw this thing up. He should be there. And like what I'll tell you, you saying Michael Williams, that's the new.
No trade backs. Where's Michael Williams?
Did he get taken early? No, he's available. That's who both Daniel Jeremiah and
pretty consistent. I'm surprised. And they really he definitely was talked to at
Michael Williams. And then you said who you say Connerly?
Josh Connolly will be there at what, 39, you said?
Is Connolly there?
He'd be at offensive tackle.
Mm-hmm. Josh Connolly, Ariante Ursary.
All right, take him.
That's how I think it's going to go.
All right, who's next? Nomad.
They'll probably get a running back here.
All right, running back room. Who they taking? Who fits best?
Travion Henderson. They'll probably take him.
Henderson. There we go. All right. So now this is no trades. This is just straight up. Real quick. No trades. So we're at number 72. Who do you think will go with the?
It'll be a receiver or a defensive tackle.
All right. Show us receiver. Show us defensive tackles, and pick one.
Xavier Westrepo would probably be the look there, and you're saying DT. Maybe TJ Sanders or Alfred Collins.
One of the DTs that people really, really sleep on is Omar Norman Lott from Tennessee. People really sleep on him, but let's go to receiver. See, I don't think they're desperate to they'll want a receiver, a slot receiver here, and let's just take it for what it's worth. Take Restrepo. I think it's early, but we'll just to finish this up. Double down at receiver after this.
Here?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want?
Savion.
You go.
Okay. Now go back to running back.
Your boy's there though. Oh, he's gone too.
Oh, Damian gone?
Yeah, Savion just went a couple of picks before this. That's terrible.
Oh,
and
so we're looking at wide receiver and running back, right?
Martinez went at pick 129 to the Ravens.
Go edge again. Let's see what edge look like.
Sure you don't want a tight end here?
Not really. I would not be surprised if look at tight end one more time we
can get Conyers next pick, I believe.
Ooh.
15.
If you want them.
All right, did we get a safety?
Nope.
Oh, safety. Keaton Crawford.
Okay.
Or Craig Woodson. Go Keaton Crawford.
Because I think the safety is more of an important pick than people are talking about. Just because of the contract situations, the health situations, and the age and the ceilings of who we got on the roster.
Now we probably missed Jalen Conyers.
We're going to find out here now.
Yeah, he's gone.
Conyers is gone, and so is Nick Martin. I'll tell you that.
What did we just get? A safety?
Yeah.
Go back to the edge. Go D tackle.
Pickens got a little slim.
Did we go back to receiver?
Can Daniel Hardy be a new blitzing linebacker? I don't know about a blitzing linebacker, but he's a high end motor on the defensive line.
All right, so we got 2 picks. Go to offensive tackle. Let me see. Who do we get early? Josh Connolly?
Yeah.
Okay. Go to offensive guard. Ooh, Jalen Travis is there. That's crazy. Go to guard. One of these two are going to guard. We're gonna double down on offensive tackle and get Jalen Travis. One of these two are going in the guard. Connolly or Jalen Travis is going in the guard. So we're gonna get Jalen Travis here.
Come on, Dobbs. These are not the droids you're looking for.
All right.
I'm doing a drive by into a thought experiment.
It worked out very well there, Dobbsy, didn't it? Great idea. Well played.
Let me see. All right. Let's go linebacker. Got to get him his linebacker. We did not draft linebacker, did we?
We certainly did not. Oh, Nick Martin is still there. I thought he was long gone. So there's your guy.
Boom, bam.
All right. So now if you're Ryan Poles, no trade backs, and if you're Bears fans and Ryan Poles does this draft right here with no trade backs, what would you think?
Just had to throw that in there.
Right.
So here we go. No trade backs. Here's what you're looking at. This is not a terrible draft at all.
Michael Williams, edge from Georgia. Connor Lee, Oregon offensive tackle. Travion Henderson, running back, Ohio State. Restapo, slot wide receiver from Miami at 72. Crawford, a safety from Nevada, 148. Travis, offensive tackle from Iowa State, 233. And the final pick, Nick Martin, linebacker at 240.
Only thing I regret here is not I doubled down on offensive tackle just to make sure it's like I want to make sure that room get the best competition it can get and may the best man win for that left tackle spot. And one of those guys is going to kick in the guard and going to live with it. It might be Braxton Jones, who knows, but one of them is going to swing, one of them is going to kick in the guard, and one of them is going to be starting left tackle between the three, Josh Connerly, Jalen Travis, and Braxton Jones. So you got a great situation going on there. I wish I would have went in a little bit more or had one more pick to go D tackle though. I would have liked to get another one of those.
And what about tight end? You didn't really address.
No, man, I couldn't. I could not. I had to get that safety though.
It says Crawford starting caliber, or is he developer material?
Wait until you see him on film. You'll be like, yeah, he's a starting strong safety. Right. 200 pounds, about 6 foot, 5'11", 6 foot. He can thump, man, and he can run. He's probably one of the most slept on safeties in this draft. But people gonna start knowing about him here soon. Appreciate it, Big Al. All right. You ain't got to save that one. I'm sure y'all tricked me into doing that again. But I didn't mind.
Get the fuck out of here, Dobbsy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud. But put up Dobbsy's comment before you clean that up, so y'all know why I'm cursing at that man.
He's just bullshitting.
He better be.
He was just bullshitting.
Because hey, he might want to come back for another year, and in polls, is he so much of a softie? He'd be like, come on back, Mercedes, damn.
So, hey man, you can pull that down. You ain't got to save that one. I'll do that one again.
Cornelius prefers Shamar Stewart over Michael Williams. Heard that Stewart's knock is he's a body, a gym warrior, no production.
Man, if you watch that guy closely, find me the plays where when he gets around the edge, he's quick bursts and superior in that way. Quick can get around the corner, but he cannot finish. Okay. He can't get around the corner and bend and get to the quarterback. He cannot finish. Once he gets around that corner, his big ass gets around that corner, he stalls out. They just push him out of the play because he doesn't have the flexion to move inside and finish that play. He doesn't have that bend. That's why I think he's going to be a D tackle. He's all body. Like if you just put on, let's just say he's built like what's this guy? Myles Garrett in Cleveland. He's built like Myles Garrett. But watch the bend Myles Garrett has when it comes to finishing his pass rush and getting to the quarterback and making the play versus Stewart. And I'm not saying that at some point he can't get a yoga class or some kind of something to get some more flexibility, but I do not see it. I think that guy is going to be a defensive tackle.
That's why he comes to the Nomad Network, because Nomad watches the goddamn tape. And he unalives the prognostication of the draft prospects.
Appreciate
unalives it, I tell you, unalives it.
Yes.
Well, man, that's the truth. That's what I see, but pretty soon, man, and I'll let you guys get with me. What do y'all want to do on some extra salty? Y'all want me to come up with the running back group? What do you want me to do? The edge group? But we'll come up with a top 5 to 7 to 10 and however many y'all want to do it. And
think about how many shows you got till the draft. Divide up the content per grouping by that.
Might be.
I'll because whatever you come up with, I'll be in the chat because Chef Trips will be joining the show, and I always love watching that dude do his thing live. So
that's right. We got you got Chef Trips coming up, don't we?
I'm glad you reminded me because I gotta eat before that show because Chef Trips always leave me starving and hungry.
Yeah, he be doing the damn thing, as you say, like he be
does.
doing the damn thing.
He does the damn thing every time, and I leave
And
hungry.
Because you know how MF in the kitchen be doing. You know, that's Chef Trips.
That's what he's about.
Definitely gonna make sure. I'm gonna make sure I eat good for that show. You right?
That's what I'm trying to say, man. I gotta come in with full belly because I'll be starving at midnight, and that ain't good. You don't. You're supposed to go to bed on an empty stomach. It's just how you're supposed to do it.
You eat wrong, fucking around trips in the middle of the night.
You know what I'm saying?
Chef Trips do that to you, but he does make it try to make it healthier, you know, by cutting back on the bad stuff and substituting it with more, you know, body friendly stuff, you know, without trying to sacrifice taste. So, you know, you do what you got to do, but yeah, eating late ain't no bueno. So when you tune in Wednesday, just make sure you got a little snack, because you know how he gets that mouth watering when you see that succulent food, and you can imagine those smells, and you hear those sizzles and the utensils tinging off the pan or the pot or the dish, and then you just natural body reflexes like, feed me, Seymour, feed me.
Dog. Hey, so, you know the thing that really gets your
all night long.
When you really like, I know how to get my girlfriend going when she act like I don't want nothing. All I gotta do is dice up some onions, some peppers, and a little garlic. Pour some olive oil in the pan, and open up the smells in that something, man.
It's its own aromatic aphrodisiac.
Man. All right, so y'all want to? I'm hearing somebody Dobbsy wants to get running backs. Let me see.
You gotta line up some linebackers in there too, man, for Wednesday. I gotta suggest it because again, it's linebacker is the position that I just haven't looked at all, and it'd be interesting to know what they might be like. I expect them to select a linebacker. I just don't expect them to do it in the top 150. You know what I mean? Like I don't see them really lining it up, but.
Hey, kids, Derek Guy said you too. You know, your top 20. You looking at all these
top 20 selections? Absolutely, no problem.
You know, for each position group.
Each position.
We're gonna need spreadsheets submitted from each of you. You know, per position group with your top 10. You know, so we can flip back and forth.
You want Excel or can I use
Google spreads to do, Google Sheets to do. That's we on the budget. It's all good. You know,
we'll come up with the right format, man. But yeah, this was fun, man. Trips, I really implore you to join us on Nomad at Night on a regular basis. This is the shit, man. I love doing podcasts with you, man.
I get it. I understand. I enjoy being with you too, but it's not you. It's me.
He said it's not.
It's not you. It's me.
It's me.
And my schedule and my time.
It's not you. It's me routine.
You know what I mean?
He's gonna broke up with me and sit on the slide. That's how you do when you breaking up with him.
It's like I definitely, you know, I got you scheduled in, you know, and for the Wednesdays, you know, for the Extra Sauce podcast, and I can jump in when I can, like tonight on Nomad at Night, or when I, you know, schedule allows, but I need my freedom. You know, I need my time alone. I got to be creative. I got to work. I got to do the damn thing. And spending all these hours with you and kids and FFG and all these nomaniacs, those lovable sons of bitches, every last one of them, it fills my heart. It fills my soul.
No, hey, Trip, you got to say you need space. We need space. That's how you got to do it.
I got to work on me to make me better.
Yeah, that's how you do it, man. You still gonna get boo-hooing and all that bullshit going on, but that's how you gotta break it down, man.
I broke in the dream, the impossible dream there, just to round it out. But
because I know, kid, I know you've given that "it's not you, it's me" speech before.
I have one too many times, actually.
I remember I did that.
I'm really thinking about giving it real soon, by the way, too. Just put that out there.
Watch out.
I remember I did that with this girl. And her homegirls was in the other room, man. She was just bugging. And I had to do that. And I said some words, something similar to what Trips is saying. And she started crying on me. And her girls, I can tell, was right there at the door listening to the shit. We got the door closed and shit. We in there talking. And I remember I said some words like, hey, all that old boo-hooing and shit, man, that ain't making the shit no better. And I hit him bras on the other side of the motherfucking door, just busting up. He said, boo-hooing. He said, boo. They cracking up laughing. I'm like, what the fuck is all this? And she had to go out there and she's like, would y'all get away from here and let us talk? They was all at the door, like 3 or 4 of them. But man, dude, I hate breaking up, man. I suck at that, man.
I'm Jamaican, bro. It's just stop the bumble clot crying, and then I close the door and I'm out.
Stop and keep it moving, Dexter St. John. Keep it moving, Dexter St. John.
Oh, dog, you got me thinking right now, man. My ass cheeks start sweating thinking about breaking up with somebody. I can't do it, man. It's hard.
Well, yeah, but you get to the point where it's like, look, either I'm gonna go to prison because I'm gonna kill you, or I'm gonna,
alive, bro.
Or I'm gonna unalive you, slowly looking you in your eyes, or I gotta get away from my own mental health.
Yeah, like I say, man, hotels
are because you can do bad by yourself. You don't need to take nobody's damn abuse. And if there's something that's irritating you and it's like, I really don't like this person, it's only gonna get worse with time. That shit don't go away.
Hey, Trip, I literally, we packed up a girl's, she was living with me, and we packed up her car, my car. I was taking her back to where she was another state over, and we was going to drop her to the crib, and she broke down and started boo-hooing on me. The decision was made. You going back. You getting out of here. She started crying on me. It was over with, man. I broke down. I was like, all right, let me get this shit out the car. I can't take this, all that old crying and shit. And
it was dropped her off.
Yeah, we moved it right on back in, unloaded all that shit.
Oh, it's okay, baby.
That night.
Oh no, that's
and crazy. How long did that end up lasting?
It lasted about another year.
And then it was like, pack the shit up, gotta go again.
It ended up being what I thought it was in the first place. Time to break it up, but I broke down when she broke down.
See, being a Mr. Softy, falling for them damn ass tears, and it's like, oh, it's okay, baby, don't cry. I'll make it all better. Fuck that. You gotta go. Nah. See you. We'll remember the good times.
It ain't like I ain't love her, man. She loved me.
Were you in a vehicle when this was going down, or were you in a stationary location?
Huh?
Were you in a vehicle when this was going down, or were you in a stationary location?
No, we was in the apartment. I had an apartment. She moved in. Okay. And, the shit didn't work out. I was moving her out, and we was loading up both of the vehicles.
That's where you went wrong. You do this in a vehicle. You just drop her off right where you're at, and then bring her stuff.
She's already living with me, dude.
I know. You bring her stuff the next day. You just drop her where you're at. It works. I'm just giving you some advice.
In a rental truck and give her the
key. She will not want to go back with you if you kick her out the car. I'm just saying. She's not going to try and get back. You kick her out the car and you leave her on. That's what I'm saying. You leave her on the street. She's going to be mad. But the next day you bring her the stuff wherever she's found a place to be. You bring her stuff. And
females I mess with, you mess around, get your ass shanked.
Well, you mess with the wrong females. That seems like a you thing.
You don't think like women out the car and shit like that, man.
If you're at the house, there's access to knives. If you're on the street, the odds of her shanking you is so much slimmer.
And don't bring in the house and let her sleep next to you. You snoring and shit. You never wake up again.
All I know is I ain't never had
it, bro. We give 0 F's, bro.
I have never had
singing that song "Somebody I Used to Know."
I have never had a woman raise a weapon at me. I had women strictly pissed off at me, but they're just like, I ain't gonna try to hurt him. He's a good dude. Things.
That's a good.
I know. I like my homeboys. They got holes in them and shit from gun wounds, bullet holes, and stab wounds, and all that kind of shit. I ain't trying to be that guy, man. We gonna work this shit out.
But that's when you be like, yeah, I know a lot of girls who have black eyes, fractured arms, been choked out because they, got with dudes that had, bad intentions, or would get drunk, or couldn't process their emotions and took their angers and frustrations out on them, and the same reason. same way for both sexes. You got to get with the right person because there's a lot of crazy so and so's out there that is like, yeah, if you get that tingle in your tummy, that sixth spidey sense that says something ain't right with this fool, or like this bitch ain't right. Go with that sense, go with that feeling, and keep it moving. Because you ignore that, and now you in some shit later. That they didn't get you in, or that you got in because of them. Beyond emotions is like, yeah. So
I'm
listen
just
to
saying,
that inner voice.
take them for a drive. That's my little advice for you. Take them for a drive, have that conversation, and pull over and open that door and freedom.
Yeah, you trying to get
Wait.
your head busted. I don't know how they roll in Canada. You're gonna get your motherfucking head busted. I'm just gonna tell
Bro,
you.
I can drive away from the situation. This is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, but you know where you live.
You run to the other side, you get back in your car, and you dip out.
Well, no, you see, kids, now you just trying to drop off and just have her like cinder block your shit in the morning when you come out because she know where you live. She know where you park. Now she mad. You can't leave them mad. That's bad. That's bad, bro. That means you get to look over your shoulder. You can never be comfortable ever again in life.
What you guys don't understand is in these scenarios, you have to get into, with football, I've been talking about like that the F you stop me zone that we have to get into. In these situations, you have to get into like the I give 0 F's zone. And that's the appropriate way.
See, there's the happy medium. Nomad is on that extreme. He saw some tears, he caved. You on the opposite end, like gotta go. Don't give a damn about your emotions, not one damn bit. I get that, but there has to be that happy medium so that it's like, look, we can part ways, but I need you to understand, it's because we're not compatible. That don't mean you made a mistake. I made a mistake. You break that shit down. But you still part. But you part not friends if you can't, but not enemies. You trying to part enemies.
I'm just saying you're trying to explain logic to an emotional creature. There's levels to this situation. At that level, when I'm at the I give 0 F's level, there's no logic, means nothing to them. They're going to bawl and cry and plead.
Well, yeah, that's emotion. That's
and it
fun.
becomes an emotional situation that tears and pulls at your heartstrings.
No,
give 0 F's about this.
Well, you see, I don't have heartstrings to tug it like that. I can get your sympathy and empathy, but I don't give a fuck. Yeah, here's some tissue, bitch. Keep it moving. I get that. I get that, but you don't want to just be such an a-hole that it's like, yo, next time I see that dude, I'm gonna take an ice pick to his tires. While he out on some date.
All of those things.
I'm gonna take a cinder block.
Do not listen to kids. He's Dr. Sinister.
I'm just saying, I can get insurance claims for the tires. We're good. I cannot get a year of my life back.
No. Look at what I'm saying. You're still breaking up with her, but you're not just dropping her off the side of the highway.
I'm telling you, I've tried what you're saying. It does not work. It doesn't work. Be the asshole. You'll be better off for it.
Dr. Sinister.
As long as you got safe light repairs, safe light replacement. You know what I'm saying? Because you got a cinder block through your goddamn windshield.
You gonna get somebody gonna bust your shit, man. I'm just telling you, kids. But we gotta get out of here because my girlfriend
flashing tires, putting sugar in the gas tank, all of that.
She's off today, and she let me go with the boys. Let me hang out with my boys for 3 hours and bullshit and talk football. I can't overstep my boundaries because I get my motherfucking head busted. I ain't trying to have that. So we're going to get ready to get up out of here, man. Give out some pleasantries before we roll. So, Trip, you first up on the deck, man. We're going to go clockwise this time.
Oh, right on. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, big up to all of the maniacs. Thanks for hanging out. Hope to see you all enjoy whoever Ryan Poles drafts, whether it be Genty at 10, whether they trade back, well, whoever the fuck, that we all can cheer. And I don't want to hear no goddamn boos. I don't want to hear no bitching. I don't want to hear no moaning because we took the wrong person. Right on. Look forward to watching Chef Trips Wednesday on Extra Sauce here on the Nomad Network. Shout out to Nomad, to Kez, to the dude, everybody involved, all the No Maniacs. And check out my content, Patreon, the Ko-fi, the Twitter, the Facebook, the Instagram, and the Blue Sky. And the channel here on YouTube, Sports Chicago Style. Go ahead, Kez.
All right. Give you guys some love for giving us some love, and thank you for showing me a little bit of love at.
I ain't gonna beat too many more motherfuckers, yeah.
That was the wrong clip.
No, that was the right one.
That was the right clip to play. Damn it. For some reason, I can't find my clip. So I'm just gonna say big ups to all you guys, because I got a couple more subs, an extra 10 subs here today in short order. Shout out to every single one of you guys, man. Mad love and respect. And if I can find my sexy, oh, here it is. Hey, that's me. Yeah, you love that guy. You like that. See, the thumbs up is already ready for you. Look at that. It's on my shirt.
Get that. McLovin.
See, all right. Enough of me, but Eggheads of Canuck, by all means, check me out, follow me, like, share, subscribe. I'll be simulcasting there on a regular basis, including this show, or on Wednesday night for Extra Sauce, or maybe over at CSP too. Huh?
R.I.P. George Foreman, real fast, man.
Oh man, the grill is gone, man. The grill is gone. It's funny. Who was I talking to, man? I was talking to somebody this weekend. We're talking about George Foreman's wife and her letting him sign that deal for the grill, and I was like, How does she have a say in the deal? He's the MF heavyweight champion of the world. He signs the papers around here. He's the bloody heavyweight champion of the world. Anyways, shout out to George Foreman. Big respect and big love to him. One of my favorite fighters growing up as a kid. I gotta admit, between him, Joe Frazier, and the GOAT Muhammad Ali, those guys hold a special place in my heart. Especially growing up with my dad. My dad used to sit back. We had like matching Muhammad Ali style robes, and we'd watch the fights on a Saturday, man. So again, big shout outs to Big George, man. Rest in peace, dog.
Women make the world go round, kids. You ought to know that. Jay Grizz.
Say what?
Per Jay Grizz, women make the world go round, kids. You should know that.
I do, and unfortunately, they also control most of the world, and I don't want to be controlled anymore, Jay Grizz. I'm tired of being controlled.
Hey, I'm not controlling you, but take your ass to Twitter and open up your DM there, kids.
Oh yeah?
Can you? I was in Vegas for.
Oh snap!
Maybe the CES. Consumer Electronics.
I got to put this on the show, bro.
Yeah. That's why I sent it to you. And it was some convention in Vegas, and they had one of the meet and greets, and I got the opportunity to right here, and you can see I had my knees wrapped. I had my barbecue sandals walking around Vegas because I'm cool like that. But George Foreman, rest in peace, right there. My walking stick. He blessed it, and that's the this stick over here that is right here that has the official blessing. So George, hold this stick right here. So R.I.P. to that brother right there. He was a athlete. He was a warrior. He was an entrepreneur. He was a father. He was a role model, and he was just a cool dude. And so I think the world was a better place because he was in it, and we're gonna miss him when he's not here. So everybody, respect.
Damn straight.
And he loved a freaking hamburger like you wouldn't believe. I give that guy a bunch of love just for that alone. But yo, that's crazy. That's an awesome pick. Awesome little experience, dog. I am jealous.
Yeah.
Are those Birkenstocks?
The generic forms of them.
Oh, okay. You gotta get some Birks, man. They'll change your life. Anyways, big shout out to the rest of the world here. Starting with Super No Maniac Minister Charles Johnson, Mr. Mayhem, Dobbsy 34, Super No Maniac Marlon Johnson's in the building as well. AC Adam, Derek Guy, Super No Maniac Joseph Archer, Next time you're around, Joseph, we're going to get you in this draft. We tried to do it today, but when you come back, we'll get you in. Jay Grizz out there. Chris Foster out there, bare minimum. Illinois Jones was with us. Ant Mass was holding it down. Where else we got? Oh, PZ was with us for a little bit here tonight. Who else? Ron C in the place to be. James Whitelow. What it do, James? C Bear. Ryan Schlancer. What's going on, Ryan? It's been a little bit. It's been a minute. Thanks for coming through. And again, thank you guys for giving Kids the Canuck a little bit of love and some subscription. Really appreciate that. Ralph Love, what's cracking, Ralph? What it do, my friend? Zilla 007. Zilla had some great takes here tonight, man. I had to put that out there on blast, man. Appreciate that, Zilla. Thanks for being a part of the community. This is all about the community, and this is why we gave the community the opportunity to do a draft with us here again. It was pretty fun. Bears Junkie 55 Hall of Fames out there doing a darn thing. Dennis Moody, AC Adam, out there. Rappers out there. Trapper Keeper. I definitely said Dennis Moody. Let me see if I got any more folks out there that I'm missing.
You said Aunt Moss, right?
I did say Aunt Moss. King Booker World was with us. He rode with us for a minute there tonight. White Ghost. The White Ghost was out there. Howie R. Bears. Who else was out there? The Harriet Bear Gooch. What it do, sir? What's popping? Alex Machado was with us tonight. Thank you very much for joining, Alex. Always good to have you, man. Skylark 808. What's popping, Skylark? And D Rocket Dream Burns. What's going on, D? Who else we got out there? Like I say, always got to give love, man. Spread a little bit of love to Cornelius Squalls, number 2, No Maniac. What it do, Cornelius? Always good to have you, my brother. Thanks for being a regular with us on this journey on Nomad at Night and the Nomad Network. Who else we got out there? Anybody else I'm missing tonight? Brad Williamson. What's going on, Brad? I think that should just about round it out. Let me see if I'm missing anybody else. I don't think that I am, but the chat was pretty popping tonight, man. A lot of interaction. Oh, Big Al. I won't do the South Park.
Levante Rogers. Did you get him?
No, Levante, man. Levante Rogers. What's popping, Levante? You were definitely in the chat chopping it up, man. There he is right there. Anyone else I'm missing?
You ain't gonna get to him, Hall. You can't.
You say that every time, and every time I do, bro. You know what I'm saying?
You try. I gotta give you an A for effort then.
Well, it's a finite, number, so.
It is a finite number.
Jimmy Santilli just went up and just.
Oh, Jimmy Santilli, what it do, Jimmy, man? Thanks for representing with us, man. Always appreciate it.
Santilli lays, with a smile.
You done? Because
I think I might be done. Except Derek Guy's out there. I didn't get Derek Guy earlier on. Thanks for coming through. There, Mr. Santilli. Leave that with you, and big shout outs to Jay Grizz as always, man. Keeping it real and setting me straight. Yes, I know women make the world go round, but hey, sometimes you just got to be a jerk, and I'll sign right up for that, man. I have no problems.
Hey.
Somebody got to do it. Anyways, man.
no
Appreciate you guys. I'm giving you guys terrible advice. Don't take any of my advice.
None of that.
Snap, man. But hey, we'll see you guys on Wednesday. And again, follow me, like my stuff, and subscribe. You never know where I'll pop up, man. I've been doing all kinds of crazy stuff all over the Bears community just for y'all, and it's big fun. So I appreciate it. I enjoy it, and thanks for liking, sharing, and following. And do the exact same right here on the Nomad Network, and then do it for my guy right to my left, Triple R at Sports Chicago Star.
Ditto that, man. Make sure you guys, and thank you guys, everybody that's just hearing me out and hearing us out, man. Make sure you go show your homage to Triple R on Sports Chicago Style and Kids of Canuck over on his channel. Please, we are all No Maniacs, and we are all the community. Spread the love to all the people that help make this thing happen. And that includes Triple R on Sports Chicago Style and Kids Connect on his YouTube channel. Go over there and please hit that subscribe button and help them out. All they want to do is get the channel up and off the ground. Help them out like you do us over here. We will really appreciate it. But I'm going to listen. Oh, before I get ready to get my little speech here. Don't forget us Wednesday night, every Wednesday night. Triple R. Sounds like Triple R is going to be cooking up something for us, man. He's going to be
chef trips, because I'll be watching and enjoying, and on the interwebs with the rest of y'all.
Chef Trips will be in the building Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Central. Do not miss that one. That's always fun, man. Make sure you get something to eat, or he's going to run you away from that show because you're going to be hungry. So get you something to eat before Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Central. We expect to see you all there, man. We're going to have a good time like we always do on all those shows. But listen, I'm glad whoever brought up, I think it was Jay Greers. Thank you for bringing that up because it wasn't at the forefront of my mind about, George Foreman, because like I'm a big boxing guy. I grew up around the hood boxing and fighting and doing all that crazy stuff. And it took somebody, and I was, I wasn't as big as George Foreman, of course not. But I came up in a rough environment like he did, and somebody saw something in George Foreman and brought him into the gym and put that talent to good use. Somebody did the same thing for me when I was a little boy. My mother didn't know it. My grandmother didn't know it. My grandfather didn't know it. I was sneaking and going to this guy's gym and learning how to box because he was finding out that I was around the neighborhood fighting and doing all this stuff. And I think I got onto one of his nephews. And his nephew was just like, went and told him, and he was just like, who is this dude? So he came out and spotted me. He's like, hey, you, come on. Because I was in the park right next to his house. And he was like, you coming in here and you're going to learn how to box. And so the first thing he did was put his golden glove. This dude was 3-4 years older than me. He put his golden glove champion on me, and I had to learn how to fight against a golden glove champion. First time I ever put on a pair of gloves. And so, what I had to learn was, it's always going to be somebody out there that can physically take it to you. What you had to learn was discipline. Learn how to take care of yourself. Learn how to not let people hit you. So I learned how to not let people hit me. So defensive side of boxing first before he let me even, open up my hands on people. So I had to learn that for weeks and weeks before I ever got to throw a hand. And so it channeled all that aggression that I had in me. I learned how to be disciplined, learned how to be smart. I learned how to think. And once I understood, and the more and more this trainer got into me, he was teaching me more about life than he was about boxing. He's like, man, you live in the kind of environment that ain't nobody gonna want to fight you once you really know how to fight. They'll want to shoot you or do other things to you. So you don't want to be putting your hands on nobody. Last thing you want to do is ever put your hands on somebody. And I think George Foreman, he learned that lesson by way of training to be a boxer. And so I learned a very valuable lesson, through that. And as far as George Foreman goes, I just got nothing but praise and homage for him. I look at those old fights religiously. If you want to spend some time, you got some time in your evening, check out those classic boxing matches on ESPN. Classic, I forget what they call it, but holy crap. There's some great fights on these videos, man. Some really good fights. I was looking at one that he beat the snot out of what's his name? This little guy, Joe Frazier. Oh my goodness.
Little guy.
Well, to George Foreman was like
they was all heavyweight.
He's a super heavyweight. Like George Foreman was brutalizing, breaking bones when he was hitting people. I mean, it was criminal. Some of the fights I saw him in, it was bad. Until he met Muhammad Ali, he was never humble. Muhammad Ali humbled him, and they became best of friends. And all I can say is really good things, because George Foreman became an even better human being than he was ever a boxer. And so I just got nothing but respect for the guy, the way he lived his life, took care of his family, and was just a pillar in his community. I just wanted to just stop for a second and make sure I give that man his proper due. The world is going to miss him, and I'm going to miss him. But we got nothing but memories to really, reflect on. You can go look at the fights, go look at some of the other stuff he's done away from, boxing, philanthropy, all that stuff. He's done a lot. So check out George Foreman. God bless him. May he rest in peace. But we got to get out of here, and I got to leave you guys with these famous words. If you can think it and you can see it, there's no reason in the world why you cannot absolutely manifest it. Do not, now repeat, do not be a prisoner of your own mind. But with that being said, we are out.
Scrolls coming all late and shit.